Good morning.
Good morning.
It is 6:03. It's Monday, May the 18th, and you are tuning in to Morning Mayhem.
Morning.
How are y'all this morning?
Good morning.
Morning, gang.
Boy, I hope you're having a good start this morning. We are. The weather's nice. It's a little cloudy, but no rain in the forecast. We might have a little chance of showers like Tuesday night, but it's really not much of one. We need the rain.
We do.
It's a little warm out there already.
I like it.
I do too.
Each day, I think this week, like Wednesday on, you're going to have a chance of rain.
Really?
But yeah, it's not much.
No.
Like you said, maybe a quarter of an inch. I don't really know how much that would be, but it's not a lot.
I don't know where Bailey was looking at start Wednesday, all the way until you could see. So Wednesday to next Tuesday, there's rain.
Well, we need the rain. We're still in a drought.
Yeah, we are.
We got rain for so many days in some light, some heavy. Then it felt like we need some nice weather because it was graduation time. And, you want it to be pretty for the weekends and stuff. But we still need lots of rain. Lots of rain.
That's right.
I mean, we're in a severe drought in South Alabama, and I don't want it affecting my watermelons and my cantaloupes and my all that stuff. I want good crops this year.
That's right.
I'm ready for some watermelon that's grown in this continent. I've had a few good watermelons from I guess Mexico or South America, but I don't know. I like them when they're local.
Yeah, they're just not the same.
Yeah, and I love
Definitely
watermelon
a good thing.
and cantaloupe. I like all the melons.
Me too.
I think some of the farmers that I've made acquaintances with are telling us that they're starting to see their peaches. They may actually start picking peaches this week.
Good.
Which because of the freeze, the frost,
I know I've
whatever
seen
you
some
call
of the
it.
early peaches, and they're tiny.
They
The
are.
early ones are really tiny.
Did you try them?
No,
They're really sweet.
are they? Mm-hmm. I should have tried
They
it.
sure are. They really are.
I may run get some this morning on the way home. 'Cause
Yeah, that'd be a good
I'm
place.
ready for some peaches.
Yeah, I hear you. Lots of places to stop and get them, but I know that green plums have come in. Of course, strawberry has been everywhere. That the cooler weather that we've gotten in May. Let's face it, May was, or it has been extremely
it's been a little
cool.
chilly.
Below normal, I'm sure. But that has really helped the strawberries continue to
Has
make.
it really? That does
Because
good
it gets
for
warmer, they don't do real
That's
good in
true.
the real.
Yeah, they start to
in the
look
real heat.
sad.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why
I have not had any strawberries. I don't know why. I don't think I've bought any strawberries.
Buddy, I can tell you they are really good.
Yeah,
Are they?
they are.
They are.
Oh man,
Really sweet.
Yeah, I like strawberry shortcake and strawberries on ice cream and all the bad stuff.
Me and Deason, we've
You
went to
said,
pick strawberries a few times, and we ended up having to get 2 buckets last time.
Get the
Yeah.
real
'Cause we
get the
ate
real
our
whipped
whole
cream.
bucket by
If
ourselves.
they're really good, you just keep popping them. You just keep eating.
I
You
know.
don't stop.
And they're really good for you, right?
Yeah.
Are
so
they?
if you're gonna eat, oh yeah, that's
And
right.
they got a lot of antioxidants,
They
and
do.
vitamin C,
That's
and all
exactly-
that stuff.
I don't know about the vitamin C, but the antioxidants they do, and the natural sugars. If you're gonna eat sugars, which we all love sugars,
Now, I'm diabetic.
that's the best way to get them.
And it'll spike you a little, but it goes away pretty quick.
That's what I mean, 'cause
Whereas
it's
if you're eating,
Processed.
Yeah.
Reese cups
Yeah.
and
which I, by the way, love.
and by the way, today is National Reese's Day.
Reese's.
Yeah.
Like in Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yep.
Oh. Now, you know what? So I've got a weird thing about Reese's. I love them when they're cold or frozen.
Yeah.
I don't like them that much when they're room temperature or warm.
I don't either.
Really?
Yeah,
I like them to
cold.
be. I like that chocolate to be
Solid.
solid. I mean,
Yeah.
where it pops when you bite it. Off.
I like that too.
Where it breaks.
Yeah, I
don't
want it
know why,
to
but
break.
That's right.
It grosses me out if
If
Bailey.
they're gooey?
Yeah, he'll go in and buy them at the gas station and they're already melty. Ooh, I don't like that.
I put one in my pocket one time and forgot about it.
Ew.
I was wanting
That'll
it so
do
bad.
it.
I pulled it out. It was a little bag with liquid, down in it. And I was like, oh. And when I opened it up, there was all this goop and these poor, pitiful little wet paper cups. Just pulled them out under.
Man,
call
throw
those-
that in the freezer for half an hour.
Yeah.
I was in the car on the road,
Well,
Ugh.
and I was between gas stations. I was starving.
you went for
I
it.
couldn't go. I couldn't wait. And those Reese cups are going. Well, they weren't going. We're here. They're going because they were so nasty.
That's gross.
But I still heard them.
No, I wouldn't have been able to eat them. No.
I was that hungry. or that much for
anything to help you not
I had a
starve.
Jones so bad for something sugary.
Yeah.
I had a basketball Jones. You remember that?
I did.
Yeah.
Basketball Jones. Remember that song?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It was a basketball
Ooh,
Jones.
baby.
Oh, baby.
Ooh.
Basketball. And it wasn't basketball Jones. Basketball.
Basketball Jones.
Basketball Jones.
Oh my gosh, that was
That had to be
back
from
in
the,
the day.
was
They
that
did
from the
these.
70s?
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely the 70s. I reckon I can remember it then, hear it on the radio. They would do
Okay,
these
well, we're going to
bits,
say
you
good
know.
morning to our sponsors
Yeah, let's do that. We're going on. With,
Good morning to Larry Puckett Chevrolet. Thank you. They have the largest
Inventory.
inventory, I couldn't think of the word inventory, of pre-owned vehicles. So if you're on the hunt for a
it's
used
also
vehicle,
like the large, like biggest.
it is big. It's a very
Yeah, the
big
lot
location.
is huge with hundreds of cars on there.
Yeah. So go
Lots
check
of
them
options.
out. And
So
then
get
also,
a Larry Puckett Jones, oh baby.
Oh,
See,
Also, work
this
out
is why it's
anytime.
important that you advertise on the show.
Yeah,
you never
you're
know
gonna
what you're
find
going to
anything
get.
else.
You never know.
You get your
It
commercial.
may not be good.
You get a
but-
customized
But it's
commercial.
consistent.
Also,
I won't
thank you to
sing
work
again,
out
I
anytime
promise.
where
That-
you can work out.
Basketball Jones.
Anytime.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Thank y'all for sponsoring this morning's show. And of course, we're coming at you live from the Clanton Tractor Studio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
Here
you
we
all.
are.
Our sponsors, what make us keep the lights on. We appreciate them.
Yes.
You know, we should do that, and then somebody flick the lights off, and I'm so well.
Oh, I
See,
guess
we need
we
advertising.
need more.
We need more. We need more. When you said
Okay.
that, keep the lights on, I said, yeah, let's turn the lights off and see what happens.
Well, how was y'all's weekend?
Very good weekend. Like you said, Bill, beautiful weather and everything went well. I went down to see Dad. My dad is in an assisted living home in Panama City Beach. So I left early Sunday morning and then came back last night, or at night. So I was spent a few hours with him. It's funny.
How old's your dad?
Dad is almost 91. He'll be 91 next month.
Excellent. Good
yes,
for him.
Sir. Yes, sir. But I got to see him, and he looked so good. You know, he's got somebody really taking care of him now.
Good.
You know, this is what he's needed. But I had a great weekend. You know, you walk in and you see him, and I just say, Lord, whatever it is, just be with me and let me, handle it the right way.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and he's just doing great, watching his television. He's a Fox News addict now.
Yeah, my dad was too.
He was like, hey, he doesn't know what to call it, but he's like, I want a station on that. You know, he says, you know what I want. I
Yeah,
said,
lock it
right.
in, break off the knob. There you go. Crank it in.
Well, these days
Does he,
there is no knob.
No.
There are no more knobs. But he was doing really well, eating good, and they take good care of him where he's at.
Makes
So,
a big difference when they got good. My dad
Yes,
was
it
in
makes a big
assisted
difference.
living in his last year or so, and he was in one that wasn't so good, and then we switched him to a better one, and it made all the difference in the
That's
world.
right. Well,
For him and for us. I mean, he was better, he felt better, he was looking better, and his attitude was good.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Forever he would tell me, he'd say, they're stealing from me.
Oh, no.
I said, who's stealing from me? He says, the people that work here. He's like, they're stealing my stuff. I'm like, what do you mean? He says, I watched them come out with a bunch of my clothes one time. I said, Daddy, they're washing them.
That's right.
They're taking care of it for you.
They're not
Yeah.
I said,
stealing your
"Watch. In a
clothes.
couple hours, they're going to bring them back, and they'll be all freshly folded or hung up or whatever." He just, he just hadn't had that for a long time. So,
Yeah.
but that's like I said, I had a good time because he had a good time, and we had it. I mean, they really have excellent food. I'll be honest. There was an
Really?
excellent lunch that we had. It was a country fried steak, which of course is one of my favorites. So, Dad doesn't. I don't know. He has some issues eating sometimes, and so they cut his food up for him like he's 3 years old.
Yeah.
But it's
My wife
great.
does that to me.
Oh, well, there you go.
Has to. She says it's bad when you just take a fork, stick it in a big steak, and just start gnawing on it.
I bet her cutting it up makes
You
it
can't-
taste so much better, though.
I think
Is that
so.
why y'all can't have any guests to the house there? Is that part of that?
Well, that's in the restaurant. In public.
That's why they only eat at the house.
They didn't see me eat.
We got your special table over here, sir, Mr. Lawson, in the corner.
Yeah, out back. In the parking lot
Private
in the back. We'll throw it out the back door for you like the other dogs.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm glad your dad's doing good. That must have been nice. Did you spend most of a day with him? Or?
Yeah, I got there about 11 o'clock, and I left about 5. He's it's so funny about his. I got there just in time to go eat lunch with him, and then stay because they serve dinner at 4:30. Okay, you understand? Supper is at 4:30.
Right.
So.
I'm starting to like it that early too.
Yeah,
now,
there you go. So we got to, all right. I said it was me. I was there, but he gets enough of the visit after a little while.
Yeah.
I guess I'm pretty irritating to him too.
It tires him out.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm sure it does. And he doesn't. But he'll start to try to talk with you, and he just can't quite finish his thoughts. He had a stroke. And that's affected his memory. That's why he's there. Because otherwise, he was living on his own.
What did your dad do for work?
He was a machinist. He worked right down here.
That's hard work.
Bill, about maybe a half a mile here. There's it's called Sun South now, but it's a old John Deere place. And right behind there, my grandfather built a factory and a plant, he called it. And they built printing machines and sorting machines and sold them all over the world.
That's amazing.
And Daddy he was kind of like their point man, top salesman, and he
do it all his life?
He did it till he was about 51, I think. And there's a little falling out, sometimes family businesses.
Oh, yeah.
And they cut off to Florida. That's why he's in Panama
That's
City
why he's
now.
down in now is he in Panama City or Panama City Beach?
Panama City Beach.
I know the city manager of Panama City Beach. He used to be their police chief, and he's a great guy.
Well, his house, he owned 3 houses over there, and all of them got pretty badly damaged in that hurricane in 2018. And I was a claims adjuster before I became a radio guy. And his houses got damaged, and
all 3 of them.
All 3 of them. Not horribly, but
well, that's in Panama City that year. That was lucky.
Well,
so much got just
one of them was literally across the street. You probably know the restaurant Schooners down there.
Yeah,
he lived right across the street from there.
Wow.
In a condominium. It was a small condo. He and Mom, that's where they lived. And anyhow, all that got damaged, but he was living on his own in one of those houses. After that, I couldn't convince him to fix it. He didn't have. You have to have the wind insurance in Florida. It's a separate coverage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't
like
have
your homeowner's policy. Right now, we have homeowners policies that cover wind.
Covers hopefully everything.
Yeah,
you
pretty
need.
much everything except flood, mainly. But in his case, he told me his other houses were like 6 blocks in from the water, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't think a storm would damage them." I was like,
"Yeah, that one proved well. That one was a once in a."
It was, but it caught caught him. I'm sure some other people uninsured. So anyway, he didn't really want to fix it, even though I had it set up to do it, but he didn't want to do it. So, but that's where he lived. I mean, it wasn't.
Oh,
but so.
Things are what they are.
They are until he had.
I'm glad he's doing good.
Had the struggle, but he's doing real well now. Excellent. But that's what I did this weekend.
So Taylor, what you did?
Yeah.
Well, let's go to break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about what we did, and then we have some good news to talk about too.
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, you did finish all your books.
All but one, but I've been in talks with the mom.
Oh.
Okay, so she says this is gonna come. It's just not
there yet.
Okay.
So,
well, that proves you're putting a lot of emphasis on doing them right.
Yes. So, y'all hang around. When we get back, we've got some good news, and we're going to finish catching up. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill, Taylor, and Mike.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. it rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun. Stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Like me eating a taco driving.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Morning Mayhem. It's 6:20, and I hope y'all are rolling out of bed and joining us. So, you're tuning in with Dollar Bill, Taylor, and Mike. Mike and Taylor.
It's Taylor and Mike, you had it right.
And so I told y'all when we came back, we were going to finish catching up, and then I had some good news. So, Dollar Bill, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, not a lot. We went, we worked around the house a little bit on Friday, but now I did spend all day Saturday. And I mean from like noon till 7 or 8 at night at a cigar place out in Trussville.
Oh, wow.
I've got these buddies that always gather at this place called Trussville Cigar Company out in Trussville. Now, for me, that's quite a drive. It's like, I feel like I'm going to Huntsville.
Yeah.
I mean, from Columbiana, I got to go all the way up to Alabaster and then go all the way up to 459, then go all the way out to Trussville, and then go down into Trussville. So it feels like I used to go all the time. When I worked, I could go from work straight to this place and hang out with the guys for a few hours before I went home. Mm-hmm. And it's strictly for camaraderie. And the cigar thing is ancillary. This is the weirdest group of guys you've ever seen. Mostly, a lot of them are former military. Some of them are former policemen. I mean, it's a lot of old guys because, you know, most of the time you go into some of these cigars, there's a few young guys in there, but it's usually guys like me, old fellers sitting there puffing on a cigar and telling how the world's changed, you know, and then you might talk about your lumbago and your soreness and whatever, constipation. I mean, God knows. So, but I love that group of guys. We just bonded over the last 10 or 15 years. I've been going out there for years. And we had this one guy. The thing that's kind of bonded us is kind of sad. It was the death of one of our buddies. Oh, no. His name was Lynn Sullivan. And Lynn was one of those human beings, one of those rare human beings on earth everybody loved. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy was, he was just, nobody could find anything negative to say about him. Aww. He's that kind of guy. He was just wonderful. And Lynn was younger than me. And he went through some tough times in his life health-wise, had a heart attack that damaged his heart, and then he just kind of declined and died pretty quickly. It's kind of sad. And when he died, everybody in that cigar place, we knew what kind of bourbon he loved, and he knew what kind of cigar he smoked. And so I think it's Basil Hayden is his bourbon, and I forgot the cigar that he smoked. But we built a shrine for him in the back room with his picture, one of his cigars on a little stand, his bottle of Basil Hayden, and a couple other things. I think he was a Mason, so we also have a fez. And every year on the date of his death, we all gather, and the cigar store goes out and buys bottles of his liquor that he liked, his bourbon, orders a case of his cigars, and anybody that wants to that day can come in and have a drink of his whiskey and a cigar to smoke for free. They just, and we all sit and talk about how we loved and missed Lynn.
Yeah.
He was probably, when he died, he was probably 60.
Oh, wow.
58, 60.
That
Anyway,
is young.
this wasn't his date, but I hadn't been out there in a while, so I got my buddy Raymond and my buddy Mike, and we drove out there, and we spent all day telling lies. We just sat there and told stories, and I always have to tell my Patty stories about when it was Patty and Dollar Bill, because she was so crazy and lived a bizarre life, and they tell stories, and it's one of those wonderful things that we've got all this friendship and they're people from it's not like any of us are like any of the other ones. They're all, there's some weirdos in that room, and they count me as being one of those. But so that was my Saturday. I spent most of the day. I hadn't done that in a long, long time, so it was fun.
Yeah,
and then Sunday we went to church, and then I think we just piddled around the house. We didn't do much yesterday, but it was nice. We sat out on the porch, and
Yeah, the weather was really nice.
It was. It's getting a little warm now.
It is.
I don't like it extremely hot or cold. I like those mid ranges.
Yep.
So when the summer really gets, July and August here in Clanton and in the South.
Yeah, it's miserable.
I just pretty much go from air conditioned something to air conditioned something.
Yeah.
There's even at the lake, I stay inside and look out the window at the boats and the people and go,
Looks nice out there.
It is. So.
Well,
it was a good weekend. Thank you for asking.
Good. You're welcome. So I said when we came back that we were going to have some good news.
I like good news.
I found a story. It's about a college graduate who walked for the first time in 2 years. Did y'all see that?
I did not see that.
No, he walked for the first time in how many years?
2 years.
What happened?
He was in an accident. He was driving an electric scooter. I guess probably one of the ones you can rent.
Yeah.
And he got hit by a truck, and it paralyzed him from the waist down, so he hasn't been able to walk. But his name is Jaden, and he said that it meant a lot to him to be able to walk to receive his diploma because he graduated during the COVID years. They didn't have a real high school graduation. So for the past 2 years, he's been working, doing full-time classes, rehab, and learning how to use the exoskeleton. And that is what helped him to walk to receive his diploma.
So he's got one of those exoskeletons that electronically and computerized help him walk?
It's like a skeleton suit almost, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. It looked almost like a sling of some sort.
Yeah.
But the photo, I think he normally is just in a wheelchair because that's what his photo is in. But he was able to train and learn how to use this exoskeleton
that's so cool.
to walk across and accept his diploma.
Good for him.
I know.
Where was he? Was that local?
That was in Virginia.
Good for him.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good story.
It is a good story.
You have anything for us,
You
Mike?
didn't, I don't think you elaborated too much on your weekend, did you?
No, not a lot. I didn't do I guess I did do a whole lot.
Well, I'm sure you did. I've never known you to sit and relax.
Pico came into town. He
Oh,
was in
okay.
town. Yeah, we had
Well,
a
that's
death in
good.
our family, so he came in town for
I'm
his
sorry to hear that.
grievance. But we hung out with him. We went out to eat almost every day because, he said New York has good food, but they don't have food from home. So we went to some of his favorite restaurants. And then after he left Saturday, we went thrift shopping.
What?
Spent thrift shopping.
Oh.
Yeah. Spent the whole day looking for Hawaiian shirts.
Look at there. And there's one right
there's
there.
one right there.
How much you want for that shirt, Bill?
$2.
$2.
That's pretty good. It's better than what the thrift stores were asking. But then yesterday we just went to church and we played a game of kickball yesterday afternoon.
Kickball.
Yeah. I played in sandals. Didn't lose my shoe once. I'm proud of that.
I hate to tell you the last time I played kickball.
Didn't you?
No, not
You had
really.
to kick it with the side of your foot if you have on sandals.
No.
Did not
I
hurt
kept
your
it on.
toe?
Nope. I went under
Okay.
and up.
All right.
Yeah, but it was a good weekend.
You know, Bill, you remember the football kickers, they would kick it straight footed. You know, they would have a square toe on the end of their shoe to help them hit the ball squarely. And some of them would even tie it up, you know, and it would kind of be up so they could get the ball up under it. And then these soccer guys came in and started kicking it sideways, and the ball immediately goes
Straight up.
really high.
Yeah.
So it's very much less likely to be blocked. But anyway, I was just thinking about that when you were saying playing kickball. I said you had to be playing kicking the ball soccer style if you had on sandals, but you deny that, huh?
I did not.
You kick it straight footed?
Yep.
Straight on?
Straight on.
Doesn't like break a toe?
No. Not at all.
Ooh, that's a bad feeling when you.
And I had all my socks.
I tried to kick.
So that might have helped.
Coach wanted me to kick on the football team in junior high, and I was trying to kick, and about the second kick, my big toe got like separated. I said, "Okay, Coach, I'm done kicking.
Man.
No more." I could not, never could soccer style it.
Really?
So that's what went through my mind
Makes
when
me
you were
think of a golf
describing playing
club.
kickball.
Yeah.
I know, exactly.
I did golf a little this weekend. I chipped in the yard with Dad.
Okay.
I learned I'm not a good chipper.
Well, you have to practice.
Yeah.
You have to do it more than once, you know, every 30 years.
I know it. Every time that we would hit it, the other house, we would do it like drive because we was just hitting into the field.
Yeah.
So I just hit it as far as I could.
There you
I've
go.
never chipped before though.
Never tried to
No.
control the distance better.
No. I couldn't get it off the ground much, but then he kept showing me how I'm supposed to be holding in the triangle. He taught me about the triangle.
Well, you know, everybody has their own little things, you know.
Yeah.
As far as their
in other
little
words,
tips.
Mike's over here like, what the crap is a triangle?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I wasn't going to go there. I didn't want to show my ignorance. You know, open my mouth is bad enough, you know. People can see it.
Oh, me.
I haven't played kickball in 50 years.
I know, kickball.
I mean, so I
should.
played it in elementary school. Never played it in, from junior high up forward. So
yeah.
we just never.
We're
That
gonna have
wasn't
a
a big
Piper
game
Beach
in our
kickball
school. It was just for
tournament.
the little kids.
That's
Yeah.
exactly, that's what it was.
Of course, nowadays I wouldn't. First of all, I can't run. I can't kick. I can't do anything with it. I could be running around with my hands in my crotch to keep from getting hurt.
Oh, my God. Well, that's something.
Well, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, you do.
That's right. That's something. There you go. You got that going for you.
It's not called kick ball for nothing.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't think about
Well,
that.
it's just a singular, though.
Okay. Well, we're going to get a break.
What?
And when we come
I was
back,
talking about the kickball.
I'm
What
sure
are y'all
that Mike
thinking?
has lots of politics and sports to talk about.
Oh, no, not today.
Not today.
It's Monday. Nothing happened, last week or the weekend.
Well, we'll see about that
That
when we
is-
get back. Y'all are tuning in to Morning Mayhem. Y'all stay here, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
got to do a. Yep.
Good
Well, don't
morning.
stop
We are
talking
back.
now.
It is 6:34.
Yep. It is mild outside. It's getting hot.
Monday, May 18th. May is just about gone.
I know. It's
What's
flowing
that?
by.
Isn't graduations? Aren't graduations this week for
I
the most
believe
part?
so.
Yeah.
Normally on Thursday, but I think they swapped some of them.
Okay. I figure they staggered them. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think they should.
I was talking with Superintendent Clements, Corey Clements, at the last function we had. I don't know if that was at where that was. Well, he may have come in here.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was telling me about. I said, "Well, where you go?" You know, and he's like, "Well, I can only go to like 2 or 3 because
Yeah.
they're all the same time." I'm like, "Why don't y'all stagger them a little bit,
I know. I hate that they don't.
so you can
'cause-
go see them all if you want to?"
That's right. Because a lot of people have family at all the schools.
Oh,
Or
sure.
most of the schools.
Yep. But anyway, that's coming up this week. I've got a little count here. I was going to give you in a little bit about the graduates. Several hundred of them
Really?
in our county.
That's good.
You know, Clinton has. I think I mentioned this before. I graduated 160 graduates this year.
Mm-hmm.
It says they have 173,
wow.
which is a little bit of an increase, but not
Yeah.
over 50 years. It
I
doesn't seem like that
graduated
much
with,
of a difference.
23 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Shades Valley High School one year and
gosh.
Berry one year, and our graduating class, had I stayed at Berry, was 1,100.
1,100.
gosh.
1,100
that's
now. Homewood and Mountain Brook, they regularly have 800-900.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how they do
crazy.
it. I think Alabaster Thompson High School has a huge. It looks like you're lost in the crowd there. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's an amazing school. How that, I don't know, suburban flight or whatever you want to call it, has influenced that school.
Well,
'Cause it used to
I
be
was
basically
living
the
in
same size as
Alabaster when they
Clinton.
developed that, and a guy named Adam Mosley was the guy that just helped spearhead breaking away from Shelby County school system and creating the city system that is Alabaster City Schools in Thompson. And they had big plans from the beginning, but I think even then, the growth in that area, that growth in Alabaster, has been exponentially bigger than they ever thought it was going to be. And I remember when they were building Thompson High School, the new one, I went to look every so often, and it looked like they were building a college campus, right? And I
Yeah.
thought, this way too big. And when they opened, I went for the opening, and it was just, I couldn't believe how big it was. It's too small.
That's
They
crazy.
already got they had kids within a year or two in trailers and stuff,
Right.
because they'd already outgrown it by the day they broke ground. I mean, by the day they built it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that's going on up in that area. I just left there 8 months ago, moved to Columbiana. And where I was living, they are clearing what used to be the old Nolan farm, and it was a big, hundreds of acres of just pasture, because they used to be a dairy farm, and then it kind of became a cattle farm, and then it just kind of sat fallow for years. They're putting in, I think it's 1,100 homes.
Oh my goodness.
And I mean, right on Smoky Road and 119. I don't know how the infrastructure. When I moved 30 years ago to Alabaster, Smoky Road was like a sleepy little 2-lane road that you could go up and down it and never see another car.
Yeah.
Now it's still a 2-lane road, and it's got thousands of cars on it, especially during morning and afternoon school and work schedules.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do. I moved right off Smoky Road just to get away from that, because you now can wait literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes before you can even pull out of your
That's awful.
street. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know what they're going to do. The growth is exponential, and I don't think they're really prepared for it.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in like Alabaster. I think Trustville's that way. You got these growth there, and Chelsea's
yeah.
exploded as well. And it's still exploding, so is Alabaster. So
I know that's how Helena was there for a little bit too.
yeah, I don't know what they're going to do.
I don't know.
I don't know how they're going to take care of everything. I mean, now they'll get the revenue from the extra people, I guess, but the roads and the sewage and the water and all that stuff, and I don't know how they're going to do it. And the roads are the worst.
Yeah.
They finally 4-laned it 119 a good ways down from Alabaster toward Montevallo, by their Veterans Park there.
Yeah.
But then it just goes back to 2-lane again. So, and we all know what happens if you try to go up or down I-65 now.
Oh gosh, I know.
Used to go out here and you could, like where the Shoney's is, or down where Peach Park, or even up at the big Peach tank. You could get on and off 65 and you didn't even have to hardly look. It was so, just go down the exit ramp and check and you can get in.
Yeah.
Now you might have to really jockey, and then when you get up, if you're going north on some days of the week and you get up near Alabaster, you're gonna stop and creep, or really Calera. And if you're coming south and you're coming out of Birmingham, you could take an extra 40 minutes just to get to Clanton.
I know.
Just to get through Alabaster and all that stuff. I mean,
and with that road work, you're liable to get taken out by a dump truck because they don't even look to see what's coming. They just pull out in front of you.
Exactly, yeah.
I almost got taken out going through the
You
doctor
could easily
the other
get
day.
killed on that. And they're doing all that
gosh.
construction up there.
Yeah.
Of course, they're trying to widen it and add lanes, but it's a mess and that doesn't happen over months. That takes years, literally 2 years just to 4-lane a part of it. So I don't know. It's getting crazy now. Clanton is exploding. All these areas here, you see so many people now coming south and going into Thorsby and going into all the little areas clustered along 31 coming down. And it's amazing. And have you seen the property prices now?
I know.
Holy cow.
It's crazy.
Used to be you could get a pretty good bit of property or a nice house, say down anywhere, like in Clanton, and it was reasonable.
Yeah.
Now that stuff's starting. Because my friends have been looking for a house here, Jeanette and Croc, and I've been astounded at what they were hoping to buy something for maybe, $250, something like that. And they're seeing places now that are $450, $550, $600,000, and it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house. It's not like a mansion.
I know. I saw a house, and I want to say it had 20 acres with it, but the house was the size of our house, and it was, I want to say, almost 600,000.
How much?
And I was 600,000.
600,000.
I was like, my gosh,
and
that's
they're
crazy.
selling some of these houses for 500,000 with a 1/4 acre.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no land. It's just a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it's kind of spooky, but growth can be good and growth can be bad.
It's really nice
If
to be
it's
able.
manageable, it's good.
It's really nice to be able to sell your house for a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, more than you ever thought. But then you got to go. Where are you going to move to?
No, then you have to buy one.
You're
may
going to
not
spend more
afford
money.
it.
It's like, wait a minute.
That's right.
Of course, that's just kind of the real estate dilemma right now.
I know it. But I don't think
High
it's going to
prices,
get any better.
they're great, except everybody's paying high prices, and so a lot of people are just staying put.
Yep.
Well, that's what you wonder if you're gonna, that if you buy I made a lot more money selling the house than when I bought it, but then I had to put more money with that to buy a smaller house this time because we downsized.
Yeah.
Now it's a nice house, but I had to come up with, and I don't, at my age, my house was paid for because I was in it over 30 years. But at my age and with no income, because I'm retired, I did not want to have to put more money in it.
Yeah.
But I had to get the house we wanted, and it was, I didn't sleep for 2 or 3 nights. At my age, I ain't got no time to make more money. I'm not making any money. I'm spending money. So it's kind of scary. Like you said, it's almost, the bubble is what killed a lot of people back in the late 80s. Prices went crazy, and people were paying exorbitant amounts of money for a house that wasn't really worth it. And then when the bubble burst, they were in a house they had paid $500,000 for, and it was worth suddenly $350,000.
Oh, no.
And they would, at that point, they know they've either got to just stay in it for another the full 30 years and hope that the market comes back, or they just lost their butts in it, And that's what's kind of happening now.
Turned it back over to the bank.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that. Whew.
No.
That did happen a lot, though, in those days.
Yeah, it did. And they were doing those loans that they were putting, you had to put almost nothing down, and you were so upside down that when they did declare bankruptcy or drop the helm, the banks then couldn't make the money. I mean, they lost a ton. And so many people did it. That's when the banking system almost collapsed.
Yep.
And they started having to bail out these monster banks. They stopped doing those kind of loans, thank goodness.
We bailed them out, right, Bill?
We sure did. You and me and all of us.
That's right.
Our taxes bail these big old banks out.
Yep.
That's where they started with that in the car, too big to fail. When you got
exactly
these huge banks, they
term.
said you can't let them fail, or we'll all go down the tubes and we'll have another depression. Well, that means our money that we pay. And
but the good news is that if you need a statement from like 2 years ago, it's only $45.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, what a bargain. Yeah. That's like
the banks.
Speaking of taxes, I used to get so mad because I worked in Birmingham. The radio stations I worked at were all in the city of Birmingham, right in the city limits. We paid occupational tax.
I was going to say, I remember that occupational tax.
Oh my God, it burned me up. And that wasn't it was 1% or something, but it burned me up to look at my, and back then, we got checks every couple of weeks or whatever. I'd get my paycheck to go to the bank and I'd look at all the stuff. And there was, your Social Security is taken out. That's okay. I'll get that back hopefully one day. And then there was that danged occupational tax. And you realized I am paying the city of Birmingham for the privilege of working in Birmingham. Now, I come up here every day, spend all day here, so I'm buying food from all the local restaurants for lunch or dinner. I'm buying gas. I'm buying I do all my shopping up there because I wasn't going to go all the way to Alabaster. And by the way, back then, even Alabaster didn't have that many stores. They were still growing. But I got to pay a tax. And guess what? Do I get to vote for the mayor? No. Do I get to vote for anything? No. And didn't we start this country against England because of taxation without representation?
We did.
And that's what I still to this day don't understand how if you pay occupational tax, they don't allow you to vote.
Well, you came into the city, you used their services, and of course they reinvest that in the city, right? With the great streets they have up there.
Right. Yeah, they invested all right in somebody's back pocket. I look at the water board system. That water and sewer, they've had to fire everybody and go to court and sue some of those people. They were so crooked for so long, they would clean house, put a whole new crew in there for the Birmingham Water Works, and within 2 years, they had to throw them out again, sue them. It was like unbelievable. They're struggling now because they finally do all this underhanded deals and they give people, they found out if you were a friend of somebody on the water board, suddenly you didn't get a bill anymore for your water and stuff like that,
Well, I'm going to go and
you know anybody
find some
I can
friends
call
on
up there,
Facebook.
Bill?
Yeah, I'm going to find some friends on Facebook that work
It's
at the water board here in
unbelievable.
Chilton County, see if I can get some under the table help.
I just love paying taxes for something that burned me up.
We're going to get a break so Bill can cool down a little bit. He's getting a little riled.
I'm getting, what is it y'all call it? I'm getting riled up. I'm getting riled up.
I don't get riled.
I don't normally get
All right. It's 6:47.
I'm getting riled up.
We'll be back in a few minutes on Morning Mayhem on Piper Beach Radio after these words from our sponsors.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
We are back at 6:50, 10 minutes away from 7. Hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day, a little cloudy, but warm already, as you said,
Yeah.
Taylor. It's already getting hot out there. I came in this morning, I had the air conditioning in my car rolling a little bit.
Yep, me too.
But I have got to stop and get me some gas. I did it again. I was just driving here happy, just listening to some news and just enjoying the drive in, and looked down and that light was on again, telling me I'm down to God knows what. And that, I know that light doesn't come on until I'm like you got less than 30 miles or something to drive. I don't know if it was on when I left the house. I just never paid attention.
Well,
So I hope I can get out of the parking lot to the nearest gas station.
So it was Jesus take the wheel.
Jesus,
right.
I wish Jesus would pay for my gas too. That wouldn't hurt either.
That's right.
Somebody. It'd be a miracle
Maybe
if he could,
Hayden will-
instead of turning water into wine, turn water into gasoline. That'd be awesome.
Ooh.
Maybe Baden could take care of that for you.
I don't know if he could figure out a way to bundle.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Baden works deals.
He does.
He's a deal maker. I'm gonna get him to. If I still worked, I'd get him to do my next contract with the radio station.
Yeah.
Because he could maybe bundle me up on something.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like pay me a little bit and also let me drive the van every day
Yeah.
on their gas.
My contract is they get 4 Coca-Colas every day. So,
Well, we kind of
I got that
achieved.
going for me.
We already achieved that.
well, I know this is number 2, so I'm going to get the third one here in just a few minutes.
Well, my Coca-Cola contract was kicked out by Baden because something happened to all the Coke Zeros and Diet Cokes. So I'm down to one day and it's a regular Coke.
Well, thanks for the Coke. So the Coca-Cola Company is one of our big sponsors. So.
That's right.
I'm trying to remember what it
Mr.
was I
Whitebaker
asked
always
for,
takes care of us.
but he said, you'll get nothing and like it. So I thought, okay.
Who
well,
told you that?
him?
Oh, okay.
You'll get nothing and like it?
That's what he told
that's
me.
what I've been told.
All right. Well,
I just thought that was kind of rude.
I haven't heard that one yet, but I don't think I've asked for
I
one.
think it's.
I know he's the guy in charge here, but still.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be honest with you.
He didn't have to say it that
I hate
way.
to brag, but Baden has done me pretty good. He's tripled what he pays me every month since I've been working here.
Wow.
Tripled it.
That was wild.
Of course,
That's why he's squeaking.
I don't get paid.
Just adding zeros.
I get no money. But he
You did.
tells me I'm going to double what I'm paying you every month just because you're doing a crappy job.
You get that Jethro Bodine pay, right? That double naught.
Double naught.
So is that the secret? Do a crappy job and you get double pay?
Yeah, especially when you're getting paid what you're getting paid. Yeah.
May need to
Maybe I
test
will
that
start
out.
getting riled up.
Maybe so.
You know, maybe
Get
that'll
riled up.
Make a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite. The riled up one is my favorite. Baden is hilarious in that to me.
I know.
Got the jacket on. He looks like the consummate
The
backroom
ultimate
boss.
yeah.
Exactly. It's like Look at you. You're getting riled.
You get riled up.
Mike, I see that you've got some stuff photocopied over there. What exactly is that?
Well, I have some. I did have some local news I want to talk about. The city of Jemison has a new police chief.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Really?
Shane Fulmer retired. I think it's like 30 years. I think it was something like that. He had over 30 years in the business, but 30 years
As the
maybe at
chief?
Jemison, at police chief, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
Who was the chief?
Well, actually, it's not 30 as police chief because there was one there when we've been there about 25, and he was there. So he's probably more like 20. But Mark McMinn is the new police chief.
McMinn?
McMinn, McMinn.
Is Mark from Jemison? Was he?
He is from Clanton.
Really?
He is from Clanton. That's what the article said. And he started out with the Chilton County Sheriff's Office. He's been doing this for quite a while in 2000, so that's 25 years experience.
Yeah, 26 years, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, 26, that's right. But anyway, he,
So he, was he a
21 years
Clanton
worked with
policeman and went to Jemison, or was he working for Jemison?
No, he was with the sheriff's office, and he went to Jemison.
Oh, good.
But he's very highly thought of in the community, and
Good.
it was 2009 he came to Jemison Police Department, and then he moved his family up there. So he's like me. I grew up here, but moved to Jemison. Bill, my daughter and my wife, they were both Jemison graduates, and so I bought some Jemison shirts and a hat, and supporting the team.
Sure.
And I see my old friends from Clanton. They're like, "What do you?" One guy looked at me and says, "Why are you wearing that hat?" That's a big rivalry here.
Yeah.
Right.
CCHS, and I'm like, "Well, my daughter goes to school. She's going to be on the field. She's going to be on the dance team." He's like, "But," he said, "What are you doing though with that hat on?" Like it was an affront
An
to him.
insult.
Yes, it was.
Well, you know what? When your kids go somewhere, nobody should say a thing to you, because that's
right.
trumps everything.
Yeah.
If I went to Alabama, graduated Alabama. If my son had gone to Auburn, I'd be wearing an Auburn hat while he was in school. Now maybe after I might go back to the,
There you go.
But if
right.
I'm going to support my kids, that kind of thing. So they have nothing they can say about that.
Yeah.
Mark McMahon has been the assistant police chief for 16 years.
I hope he has a good run.
Oh, I do too.
Jemison's growing. It's I don't know how many people they have on their police force, but I imagine they're going to have to keep. They've been expanding some of their other services, and I bet you they're having to add a policeman here and there. Officer.
I imagine they are. Bill, they sure are. They people have described small towns a lot of times as a sleepy little town or something like that. I don't look at Jemison that way, especially with the new mayor, Jonathan Varden. He's really.
Well, y'all got everything new, didn't y'all? Just turn over almost everybody in this last election. Wasn't it like a new mayor, a new council people?
Well, there was
it's
several,
like an entirely new city government.
There was some new, and some of the. I guess as we are called sometimes, the old guard.
Yeah.
I R1, so to speak.
You are R1.
R1. But anyway, yes, they did get some new leadership, and we've had Tiffany on here before. Miss Jemison, and she's offered a lot of.
Who's she?
She owns a couple of businesses. She and her husband own a couple of businesses up there. One of them
She's
is
not in the government.
No, but she's kind of like.
She's almost like the spokesperson.
She's like Miss
I feel like,
Jemison. I don't know how to say it.
She's like the unofficial mayor.
That's
Kind of.
Well,
Yeah.
sort of, I guess. Or
There's
the mayor's
people they
just-
call the mayor that aren't really the mayor, but they're just like the center of the
That's right.
community.
Yeah.
They're the ones that just sit in the middle of the table at Jack's, right?
Yeah.
And
I
have
thought that was the Romeos,
whole-
retired old men eating out.
Yeah, that's it. They're holding court, as they say.
Well, neat.
But anyway, yes. But Mark McMahon is the new police chief there.
Good for him.
Yeah, I'm excited for him too. I don't. My wife, Raynette, she was friends with Mary. You're Mary. and back up when she was at Montevallo. But when she finished her career at Jemison, she was culinary, and she had this thing for 3 or 4 years, I think, maybe longer. She called it the J-Hop Cafe. And she let her culinary arts students prepare meals and then offer them up to the community.
Oh, that's so neat.
It was inspected by the health department. They had a 100 score. She was always very proud of that 100. Yeah. And they would serve, and she just was telling me when I was talking about this story with her last night, she says, well, he was just such a nice guy. He always came in with the officers and they would eat.
Aww.
And the students would wait on them. They had mostly takeout, but they had spaces where they converted their classroom into like a restaurant with tables and waiters and waitresses.
Let the kids learn how to serve.
Exactly.
That's really
That's
cool.
exactly right. And
But
and it was really good food too. I was a patron as well as a husband. But anyway, Mark says he loves to spend time outside with hunting and fishing.
Does, the new chief.
His favorite hobby.
Good for him.
He's
That's
congratulations to you there, Mark McMahon.
That is neat. Congratulations.
Yeah.
These are the men in blue, men and women in blue. We take them for granted. They have a hard job. It's harder nowadays than it's ever been, and they do a great job. They really do, and we take them for granted. We expect when we call 911, they'll be there, and they've spoiled us because they are.
That's true.
Both all kind of first responders, police, fire, paramedics, tow truck drivers, people like that. That's a dangerous job, and I think we take a lot of that, for granted. But I've got a lot of friends who are in the law enforcement, and most of them, if not all the ones I know, but I've seen a few others that weren't, but they are all dedicated to doing the right thing. You get a few bad apples, and it gives them all, one bad apple gives everybody looks bad, but man, all the ones I know, phenomenal. They do it because they want to serve. They do it because they want to help people. They want to change lives for the better. They're not bullies. They're not power mongers. They're just trying to do the right thing, and that's a hard job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those bad apples, Bill. Those are definitely exceptions.
Yeah, they are the exception, and it's bad because just like in any profession, one bad one can make the whole thing look bad for a while, and that's not fair.
Right.
Not fair. The bad apple's the one that get all the public. They make all the noise, whatever. And all the quiet, hardworking people in the world are just every day trying to do the right thing and live a good life and do the right thing, but they don't make any noise, so you don't hear about them.
That's true.
They're just quietly running the world in a good way, but you get one crazy.
Well, speaking of crazy, I have a crazy story when we come up.
You what?
I have a crazy story when we come back.
Oh, good. I want to hear. I like crazy stories, I guess.
Crazy
Is it about
criminals
me?
coming up. Are you a criminal?
Crazy.
Am I what?
A criminal?
I'm a criminal.
Well, it may be about you then.
Oh, good.
Y'all hang around. We'll be right back.
We are back. It is 7:04, 4 minutes after 7 o'clock. Thank you for watching and listening to us here on Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem. We're glad you're with us and hope you can stay with us all morning long.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's a nice day going. We're starting the week. And as y'all said, this is a big week for a lot of folks because this is graduation commencement week for a lot of schools.
It is. And tomorrow is election day.
It's what?
Election day.
I forgot it is. That's tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Wow, I'm so glad I'm so unbelievably sick of seeing ads.
I know, me too.
I mean, I am thoroughly sick of ads. It's now when you watch the news, especially on any of the local stations, every time they take a break, it's ad. I mean, I would kill to see a car ad or a truck ad or a Metamucil ad, anything. I just want something besides politics because now and you'll see one politician, and we got so many things that you got ag commissioner and state auditor and all this stuff. So it's and then you got the guys that are running for state offices that may or may not be your area.
I know.
So you got all those guys. Is he in my I don't even know what district I'm in anymore. So I don't know. Place 30. Then you got judges, and so you'll see one guy and another person and then another, and then the same guy you saw at the beginning will run another ad, and then there'll be, and then maybe a third. I mean, it's money dictates this stuff. You can tell some of these ads, there's some people with big money because some of the names keep just coming up one after the other. The ones that really bother me, though, are the negative ones.
Yeah.
We had Jared Hudson on, who's the former Navy SEAL. Mm-hmm. We had him on here, back months ago when he first announced he was running. He came in and spent an entire morning with us.
Yeah.
Really like that guy. And, whether he wins or loses, I like him as a human being. He seems like a decent guy. He was a Navy SEAL. He's patriotic, loves his family, religious guy. So whether he wins or loses, I like him anyway, And the thing is, I saw he was such a long shot. Nobody paid any attention to him much because, you got 2 or 3 of them have been in state politics so long. He must really be pushing some buttons because now you're seeing some pretty strong negative ads about it. That means somebody's spending big money to put him down, not to support and that always bothers me. The negative ads bother me because I don't mind you if you're going to sit there and say, here's what I'm going to do for the state or for the country. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm for this, I'm for that, I'm a Trumper or I'm not a Trumper, I'm a whatever.
Yeah.
Good. Now I know the way you feel about, but then secretly create a group because it's never you don't know who's paying. It's a PAC, and because at the end of this negative ad they'll say, paid for by Friends of Alabama Politics or whatever,
Right, exactly.
And I've seen that for now more and more this last 2 weeks. I've started seeing a plethora of these negative ads that are mean, and they always show the picture of the candidate they're talking about when they're chewing food or something because they never put it in a track. It's always a picture of them going,
It's like, this candidate sets fire to puppies.
That's right. This candidate strangles puppies and drowns kittens. And then they show a picture of him with his nose, with a booger in his nose or something. And have you noticed the negative ads, black and white?
Yes.
That's the weird thing. They purposely make the negative ads black and white.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I guess it's psychological.
Some focus
it
group.
has to be.
Some focus group thing they discovered.
Maybe
how people found out black and white makes people
react
think less
it.
of you.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Anyway, I'm so glad tomorrow. And everybody, listen, these midterm elections are notoriously poorly attended.
Yeah.
It'd be 20,
we
less
only
than
get
20%.
30% on a big election. We get 8% for these.
It can be really bad.
So nobody goes out and votes that should. So get out and vote. I mean, I don't even know some of the, I don't know who to vote for state audit. Well, I know we had the state audit, one guy, wasn't it Derek Chin?
Yeah.
He came in and spent a morning with us and he was sharp. I'm not saying I'm not doing a political ad, but he was sharp as a tack. But only reason I know anything about him and the state auditor is because he was on here with us. Otherwise, I don't know anything about commissioners and auditors and all this stuff. That's over my head. It's above my pay grade, and I just don't care. To be honest with you, I feel like I have no say in but I do like the ones running for the big offices and that sort of stuff. But I still don't know half of who I'm going to vote for. I'm going to go in there and look at that ballot and go, let's see, he's got 3 R's in his name. I like R's. Yeah.
There you go. Well,
That's one way to do it.
Aaron Ellison and I will be hosting starting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Are you going to do the coverage?
We're going to do the coverage of the election.
Where are you doing it
coverage. I guess we're going to do it here at the studio.
Here at the studio,
yeah.
Good.
And the
you'll
results.
be announcing state and local.
Everything that we can get our hands on, sure.
Good.
Yeah. But I think we'll be on from approximately 7 to 8 tomorrow.
Good.
So I hope you guys will tune in. And
when's the
check us
polls
out.
close? I mean,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
They open
Okay,
at
good.
7 and they close at 7. So you have 12 hours to vote. And I'm like you, Bill, man. I have tried to instill in my children, although not 100% effectively, this is our civic duty. We can't
People
sit here
fought and
and
died
complain.
for us to do this.
That's right. We can't sit here and complain about stuff if we don't get in the game. If we don't play the game, if we don't get in there and mix it up. That's one thing I really like about being here. We've had the different politicians on, different people, and it's just gotten me naturally more involved, and I like that.
Yeah.
And it's
See,
a good
that's why I
thing.
was mad I couldn't vote in Birmingham. I could vote all those people out.
Yeah, right. They were,
Great, I wanted to vote against them.
they were collecting that tax on you.
That's right.
Yeah, man, that's not fair.
That's why they wouldn't let me
definitely
have my vote. They
definitely
knew
not.
I'd vote them out.
fair. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow night, right here on Piper Beach Radio, 7 o'clock.
That's neat.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna post something. I'm sure Baden will probably.
And then tonight, too, is Monday, so they're having the farmers market at Corner Park.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
is that today?
That's today.
5 to 7. They do it. After hours, so
Yeah.
to speak.
It's this evening,
This
so it's not
evening.
so hot,
Yep.
I guess.
and
I
the
know, a
people
lot
get
of
off
people-
work and can still go.
It's in
Yeah.
the corner park, so the sun will be down in the west. You'll be in the shade.
Yep.
Now, where's the farmers market held again?
It's at Corner Park, so it's directly across
the
7th Avenue.
the old
Yeah, it's one
courthouse.
downtown where the peach is in the road.
Yes, where the peaches in the road.
Yeah, the peach in the road, and
Right
there's
there
that
at the
little corner
fountain.
lot that they've turned into a little park.
That's
I think
right.
it's corner of
Oh.
6th
I like
Street and is that First Avenue maybe?
Second.
2nd.
Yeah.
I just know I look for the peach in the middle of the intersection.
Yep.
There you
I
go.
know last week a lot of people said they
That's
didn't even
where
know
it
it was
is.
happening.
It's right there in that where that peach is on the.
Yeah.
I remember
on the
when we had,
road.
what's the big thing in downtown in the fall they have, or in
The June
the peach jam, I guess.
Peach Jam. Mm-hmm.
No, I guess that's anyway.
That's in
they always
June.
put
It's
a
in
band
June.
in that little park a lot of
Yeah.
times. I remember
Yeah.
that by
Yeah.
the pizza where the farmers. Is that enough room for a farmers market?
I guess so.
I guess it depends.
Yeah, if I can get by there, then I'm ready for some fresh produce and stuff. I'm ready for some good old Southern meals where you don't even have to have meat.
Yeah.
You just got beans and cornbread and melons and fruit and veggies and
Tomato and onion.
corn.
Cucumber.
That's right.
I love some good cucumber.
Yeah, cucumbers. I
Yeah.
like cukes.
You got to have a
You know
little.
the one thing I don't love? Squash.
Really?
What?
Yeah, and I don't like butter beans.
Yeah, I don't like the big ones.
No, me neither. I'll eat littler ones, but I don't like those big old. My wife loves just a huge bowl of butter beans. Pass the cornbread, if you please. I don't want no turnip greens, just a bowl of butter beans.
And
Sorry,
you don't like them. And you don't like them.
I don't like them.
No.
I like peas. I like some beans. I like
I like limas and also the butter beans, the
Yeah, I
the
eat
brown ones.
limas.
Oh, they're so good.
I like the little ones.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
The ones that have a tough skin on them.
Actually,
I don't want the gooey.
I like they call them
Yeah.
Ford hooks. They're like big
and
plump
oh,
ones.
Hooks.
Ford hooks. Ford hooks.
yep.
I guess they still call them that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know my
heard
mother
that.
used to make us this time of year, all us kids, she'd come in with a big old thing of snap beans and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd all have to sit at the table and sit there and pop and snap and clean those beans. And we ended up, or shell peas.
Yeah.
And we'd end up throwing the shells at each other and make a huge mess. And my mother was pretty tolerant of that. And my wife's family did that. They'd sit around the living room. She had 8 children in their family, I think it was.
Gosh.
Yeah. And they'd sit around with newspaper on the floor shelling peas and stuff.
Yeah.
And they'd end up just making a horrible mess, throwing purple whole pea shells at each other and stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Well, you know, if you're going to do something that's kind of tedious, and kids, what's the attention span of kids? 30 seconds? So you had to do something to break up the
Squirrel.
For sure. I think that's what's missing in kids nowadays. Shelling
I don't think
peas and beans with their...
I don't think kids nowadays know where they come from.
I don't think so.
I think they come out of a bird's eye frozen package at the store. They don't.
That's
You don't see a lot of young people, really young people now that know how to cook fresh vegetables.
No. That's like my
That's
son.
a shame too, because boy, there's nothing better.
I know it.
And my weakness. Do y'all have one, Mike? Do you have one particular vegetable that that's number one over everything else?
Corn on the cob.
Yep, my buddy Raymond, corn. He's a corn freak. What about you, Taylor?
I like corn on the cob. I would say though probably I don't know. It's unhealthy, but I like fried potatoes and onions.
Nothing wrong with that.
Delicious.
That's
My
2.
number one.
Those are 2. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's
They're
just
both
for
root
one.
vegetables, so we're gonna count it as
All
one.
right.
Well, that's okay.
Hate to
It's
get
like,
technical on it.
you know, some things have to
too.
go together.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
fried okra.
Oh yeah.
That is
But it
my
can't be
Achilles
soggy.
heel. I would shoot a nun holding an orphan in the face
Oh
with a
my
shotgun
gosh,
to
okay.
get her
Well, we're
to get her fried okra. I'm that bad with fried okra. I would murder
We are gonna
for
go to
fried
break.
okra.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
No, I
kill
wouldn't
a
murder
nun
it,
with
no.
holding an
No,
orphan?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't think I
That's
would.
how much I like okra.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you like it.
So if you're holding some okra, fried okra, don't get in my way.
Well, during the break, I'll start thinking about what I would do for fried okra, and I'll let y'all know when we
okay.
come back.
Well, you let us know.
Okay.
It's
Probably
All right.
not as bad as
7:16.
what I said,
Probably
right?
not. No. It's 7:16. We're gonna go to break. Y'all leave a comment if you're on Facebook or YouTube, and let us know what your favorite vegetable is. So we'll be right back. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill, Taylor, and Mike.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
We're back. I'm a little bit hungry. We've been talking about food.
I know.
We
It's
have,
like,
Yeah.
It's 7:19, 19 after 7 o'clock. Thank you for watching and listening.
When we
Yeah,
get-
you know, we were talking about fried okra during the break, and I love fresh fried okra. Now, I don't mind frozen okra if it's just the frozen okra, not breaded.
Yeah.
But I hate the pre-breaded okra.
Yeah.
That stuff to me is unedible. I don't like it. It's and you can tell when you go to some restaurants, that's what you're getting
Yeah.
when you fry
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You get that really, it's too thick a breading and it's too hard, and I just don't like it. But now you make homemade fried okra, and oh God, I can just. Some nights when in the summer when there's plenty of okra, when Mary, when she was cooking, she doesn't cook much anymore, but she'd say, "What do you want for dinner tonight?" And I'd say, "Fried okra." She said, "What else?" I said, "No, that's all." And literally, I would sit down and my plate would be fried okra.
Yeah.
And
Eat it
I
like
was happy.
popcorn.
I didn't have to
We
have
always
anything else.
have a veggie night at least once or twice
Isn't
a
that
week.
great?
Yeah.
Oh,
It is.
yeah.
Like you were talking about beans and okra and squash. Now, I like squash and corn, right? But it doesn't matter. Whatever your favorite is.
I can't eat squash if the yellow squash, if you cut it pretty thin and do it in cornmeal and fry it like you would a fried green tomato.
That's
I
good.
like it
That
that
is
way.
very
So that
good
it's a
too.
little crispy and it's
Yeah.
not so goopy. But when you cut it really thick, and then Thanksgiving, my mother used to make squash and onions that she'd kind of cook
Like
in a
casserole.
skillet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad either.
Right.
I'm just not a big fan of squash, but
Yeah.
I also don't like zucchini that much. I can eat it, but I don't love it.
I like, Raynette likes to cut them in half. And so you just got like
yeah.
a half of a gourd.
Yeah,
you know?
and you
Yes.
put it on. Do you put it on the grill
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's
she
good
has
on the
done
grill.
that,
Yeah.
but she's
or put it
I
in the
don't- I
air
don't-
fryer?
yes, exactly. Whatever it is, it's working, honey. So keep it up.
Keep it up.
That's
Keep
right.
it up.
Have you ever had fried pickled okra?
No,
Oh,
is it
so
good?
good,
I like
yes.
pickled okra. I've got a jar of it at home now. I
Yeah.
hadn't broken. A buddy of mine, it's homemade, but I've never thought about. Do you cut it up and fry it just like
just leave it whole.
put the
fry it,
whole little
yep.
pod in there? I'm
very
trying
good.
that. You put it in the cornmeal and fry it that way, or just
Yeah.
fry it.
In the cornmeal.
I can't wait to try that. That sounds wonderful. All right, vegetable you hate,
Tomatoes.
like raw tomatoes. or
Raw tomatoes. I like fried green tomatoes. I like salsa, but I don't like
Do you like cooked tomatoes, like in sauce?
Like a stew,
Like-
Yeah, like I'll eat it
Like
in
a
sauce.
spaghetti.
If it's not chunky.
If it's not, you don't
Yeah.
want the chunky
I don't
like
want
in
chunky
spaghetti or chili.
No.
You want it just to be
You don't like
you
that?
want tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
Paste.
chunks.
So
no
you don't like raw tomatoes.
No.
I'm like you. I don't love
mushrooms. I
raw
don't like
green, fried
mushrooms.
tomatoes, but I love fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I like them also done kind of thin.
Oh yeah.
I don't want them big, fat, and goopy.
No.
What do you hate?
Well, I have to say, beets.
Beets. Give me 5. My wife loves beets.
My wife loves beets. She's tried to get me to eat them for
Yep, me too.
25 years, and I just
I don't guess I've
I'm
ever
gonna
tried them.
do it.
I've tried it. I put, I'm going to be fair about it. I'm going to stick it in my mouth and try it and taste it and chew it and swallow it or spit it out. But I'm with you. I don't understand why anybody eats beets. Especially
don't
my
know
wife
either.
likes those red ones that are pickled too.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
and
the
it's
red
probably
pickled
really
beets.
good, but I don't know. Just the look
I don't
of it.
like them. I
No
don't like them
thanks.
either, and I don't know why.
And I'm not a big fan of onions either, especially raw onions. I
Oh,
have to have
God,
them cooked.
Oh, I love onions.
I'm an onion freak.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
put
they're
onions
baked
in everything.
in, and they're really like you don't really
You
taste
don't,
them.
but you don't
They're
eat
already-
a big old chunk of
No,
raw
I
onion.
don't just eat
with
a like.
cornbread.
Oh,
Delish.
and black-eyed peas.
Yes.
I chop up an onion and just throw a handful in my black-eyed peas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you know what I hate, and I hate it. I consider it the vegetable grown in the devil's butt.
What?
Brussels sprouts.
Aw.
Oh my gosh,
My
those
wife loves them.
I like them roasted.
Does she fix it with bacon?
She does it with all kind of ways. There's bacon, onion.
Well, that's
all
the
kind of
key
stuff.
is the bacon.
See, yeah, I don't like
add
them at all.
bacon.
I think they're horrible. They're the grossest. I can't even stand to smell them cooking. Now, I don't like the smell of collard greens cooking, but I love collard greens. They,
Yeah.
You know, they're that thing that somehow they stink, but they taste great.
Yeah.
Kind of like some cheeses. Some cheeses stink if you just smell them. Parmesan doesn't even smell good.
No.
But then it tastes great.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not the case for me in Brussels sprouts. I hate
I've
Brussels
learned that
sprouts.
I like them roasted in like olive oil with a balsamic glaze and goat cheese on top.
Mary loves that too.
Delicious.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
Very
There's
good.
a restaurant, I can't remember where it is now, up in Birmingham, and that's all she wants from them. They do the same thing you're talking about. They cook it with some onion and something else.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know because I'm just trying not to look at it.
Maybe sweet potato.
No, it wasn't sweet potatoes, but it's like onion and maybe a squash. I don't know what it is. But then they put the balsamic glaze on it, and she just loves it. And I just don't even want. I'm like, enjoy your meal. I'm not looking. I don't want, I'm not smelling either. I don't know what it is about them. I just can't stand them.
Yeah, I love them.
And I like cabbage. You know, they're like little cabbages kind of.
yeah.
Oh, they're really
And
good.
I like
I don't.
cabbage, but I don't like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more
Or beets.
stronger of a flavor.
Yeah, they do.
I guess I would say Renette probably. I don't know if I'm using the right term. Sautés it,
Yeah.
and with the bacon. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
She loves that too.
Oh, it's so good.
Not me.
Veggie night
Also,
is really good.
what do you do about enjoying the Brussels sprouts and then the aftermath where the gas
Oh, yeah.
comes along? I mean, don't Brussels sprouts create
They're known
a
to.
problem with being a little gassy?
They are known to.
Yeah, they do.
What is it?
I don't know.
Cephorus, I think it's called.
Do what?
Like Cephorus vegetables.
I don't know.
How
Is
you
that what
pronounce
it's
it?
called?
Never heard that.
Yeah, because broccoli and I think cauliflower. Cabbage is one of those too.
I know cabbage is one of those too.
Yeah.
That's what to me, it's like a Brussels sprout is like a little cabbage kind of,
Yeah.
but stronger.
So John Lee Smith says fried green tomatoes his favorite,
Oh,
yeah.
I love fried green
and
tomatoes.
Brian says he likes or loves fried okra, deep fried okra.
Yeah. I seen at some restaurants.
Was there a difference between just
Well,
fried
there's
okra
pan-fried
and then deep
okra and
fried
deep
okra?
fried.
Is
It
that,
is,
is that it?
The pan
Okay.
fried tends to not
you.
be very
I see.
crispy.
Yeah. I didn't realize that pan frying. In my mind, pan frying is like sauteing.
It's close. Sauteing's just a lower temperature.
Well,
If you saute something, you're doing it at a lower temperature than if you're pan frying.
yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's just temperature.
About
See,
375.
my husband-
Is that what they want the oil to be? About 375.
I have no idea. I want it to be hot enough that when I throw some flour in there, it's just bubbling.
Yeah, that's
it's
what
making the
I always
sound.
take one okra and throw it in the
Drop
oil,
it
and if
in.
it doesn't sit there and start bubbling, I wait a little bit.
It's not ready yet, is
Yeah.
it? That's right. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Tammy Jones Oaks from Clanton.
Tammy Jones Oaks.
Oaks. She is watching. She's a classmate of mine from
Aw.
class of 78. I think she and her husband live in, I want to say Indiana.
Wow.
Indiana.
Yep.
She's traveled far.
Two Clanton folks somehow ended up, I'm sure work took them up there. I'm not.
That's so cool. So
Exactly
they're watching
certain,
from
but
Indiana or
I see
somewhere
that.
else.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
had a couple
awesome.
of classmates get on, Bill, because they see it, and they.
That's so cool.
Sometimes they make a comment like, you're still
Yeah.
an idiot,
Oh
that kind
my
of thing.
goodness.
we know
Well,
that's the beauty of this thing is that if you're a serviceman, you grew up in Clanton and you joined the Air Force and you're stationed in Germany or in the Middle East, you can get a little taste of home.
You sure can.
Anywhere in the world watching
Yeah.
Piper Peach Radio.
That's
We
right.
saw some folks from out of the country tune into some. I got to do a playoff football game last fall, and there were some folks from overseas that watched
Is that right?
or listened. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just
Watch
on the
or
radio.
listen, yeah.
It was just on the radio that the game was. It wasn't.
So neat.
Yeah.
Wasn't like we are. We're dual cast, I guess. What do you call that?
I guess
Multicast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to unitask. I'm lucky if I can do one thing and do it and get through it and do it.
That's
Oh,
right.
I can't multitask.
Hey, you know, Brian does say something here that's true about okra. It has to be cooked in a cast iron skillet.
Oh, yeah.
That does make it better.
Oh, man.
Like fried chicken.
Grandma. My
And
grandmother's
cornbread.
house.
There's no cornbread on earth that hardly to beat any that's cooked in a cast iron, either skillet or those pans like to do
Yeah.
the little corn.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But it's got to be cast iron.
Get that crunch on it.
Got
Oh,
the mold
delish.
on it.
God.
You know, got the.
I love the
Yeah.
crunch. Whew, now I'm starving.
I know.
We
What-
talk
how
about
do we
nothing
do
but
this?
food all morning long,
I know it.
and I like it.
I didn't have breakfast though, so can we change the subject?
I guess
I'm just
so.
kidding.
I'll take
I'm
you to
really
something
kidding. I mean, I'm
different
not kidding about
food.
not eating, but I'm not kidding about. I love to talk food.
Yeah.
I know my wife is in there listening right now. She's ready to
Well, she's a professional.
call
Oh,
in
yeah.
and give some tips about her favorites. But it's one thing that when we got married, my culinary whatever has expanded. My
Your
world.
culinary skills
Your
and
palate.
world.
Palate?
Well, not really, but not my skills, but my
Your palate.
yeah, whatever she's just shown me so many things to eat that I didn't like. Collard greens. Yeah, I was just looking at them at school,
Well, they
and I
look-
was like, I don't want any.
yeah.
I didn't even know what they really tasted like.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Well, here, let me fix my collard greens for you. You try them." And I was like, I don't know if you ever seen, oh God, the movie, the lawyers, Joe Pesci's the lawyer from Alabama. Comes
Oh
to
yeah.
Alabama.
My cousin Vinny.
That's it. My cousin Vinny, you know, when he goes into the restaurant and he tries grits for the first time.
Yeah.
And he gets a single grit
Oh,
on
my
his
gosh.
fork and tries it. And
That was you with collard greens?
Yeah, that was me. Like, let me get a little corner here.
Little piece of greens.
And then it was like, then I ate the rest of it because that expanded. I can't remember what all, but it's just been. So now she puts it in front of me. I eat it. I try
Yeah.
it because I know now it's going to be super good.
Oh, I love
And
collards.
it was really good. So I learned how to eat a lot of different things at
for
age 40.
you.
So
Look
you
at
can learn.
you.
You can do it later, you know.
Growing on
Not
up.
my wife.
It's like Brussels
My
sprouts.
wife won't try anything that
We'll have to
looks
get you to-
icky to her.
We'll have to get you to rethink
She won't
that,
even consider it.
You know,
Aw.
rethink that.
Yeah, I can't even say what she said. My dad loved my wife. He was, you know, he loved Mary, which is a blessing when your parents love your wife, you know. But
Very true.
he was a professional. He's a dentist and an oral surgeon, and he had all these haughty-taughty friends, you know. And so once in a while, he'd get Mary and I to meet them for dinner, like at the club or somewhere fancy.
Yeah.
And around the table be all these professional surgeons, doctors, veterinary. I mean, all his friends were professional, and they're all you know. So he would tell Mary he'd order something he knows Mary didn't like.
Oh,
you know,
my goodness.
like shrimp. I mean, something that she's so weird about what she will eat and won't eat, and it's all because of either the way they sound, the name of them, the color, or the whatever.
Yeah.
So he'd get something, and with all the friends around, he'd say, Mary, what, you want to try some of my shrimp? And her line was, I wouldn't put that doot in my mouth. And, you know, everybody was shocked when she'd say it. I would put that doot in my mouth. My dad would fall out on the floor laughing. He thought that was the funniest thing he'd ever in his life. He loved Mary doing it. So he would set her up.
Oh, my
Whenever
gosh.
we'd be around all these snooty, because my dad was not very snooty, and every time we'd get around these other people, he'd do anything to shock them, and he used Mary as the tool to shock them.
It's funny.
But she won't
goodness.
try nothing. You know, I got a deal. When we first got married, well, when we started dating, I would take her to nice restaurants because I was trying to impress her. You know how that is. No Jack's, no Chick-fil-A. I was taking her to Sarah and West and all these fancy restaurants in Birmingham. And the first date we went on, we went to Sarah and West, and I said, appetizers, do you like calamari? And she said, I don't know, I've never had calamari. I said, well, you know, it's squid. And she goes, I've never had it. I said, well, I'll try it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. So they brought us some nice, crispy little rings of squid, but, you know, fried, crispy squid.
Little pieces of rubber.
Yeah, little pieces of rubber bands, it battered. I love it. So anyway, she loved it. She would dip it in the marinara sauce, or at Sarah, it was a Asian Thai sauce, and she loved it. So every time we go out to eat, I'd order calamari. Well, you know how it is in restaurants. Some calamari is great, some is okay, and some is awful.
Yeah.
Especially that like we talked about okra, pre-frozen calamari. Anyway, she loved it. She'd eat it most of the time when it was good and whatever. So we get married. And we came back from our honeymoon, and I moved in with her into her house. She already had a house I was renting, so after we got married, I moved in with her. And we're living our life together as a married couple, and we're having the best time. And we finished dinner one night and sat down on the sofa with a snack or something, turned on the TV, and there was one of those History Channel things on the sea, you know, the underworld.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was beautiful, you know, showing the sharks and then some squid came across the screen. I went, there's calamari. And she went, what? I said, look, squid, calamari. She goes, that's a squid? I said, yeah. She's never touched it since.
Oh my gosh.
She ate it for 3 years and loved it. I said, I told you it was squid. She said, I thought a squid was an onion.
Oh my
I don't know what that
goodness.
is. She thought those were onion ring looking things, even though they were chewy. She had no idea they were a sea creature. Well, she didn't know what a squid was, and she thought it was an onion. She went 3 years loving it, and to this day, we've been married almost 30 years. She will not touch calamari. I don't care what it.
That's
nothing.
Funny.
She just
not a
once
big
she found
fan.
out what a squid was, that's
That was
done.
it for her.
Even though she had loved it for 3 years.
Maybe where I had it just wasn't prepared the right way or something. It was
Well,
just
you know, squid
real,
is
real chewy.
It's kind of an acquired taste, and it can be incredibly chewy, and it can be also very, very tasty.
The crispy
It's the
sounds
same
good to
thing
me.
as, have you ever had
Like
octopus?
the well done, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Octopus can be
I
that
really
way.
thought that was the same, but it's not.
Yeah, octopus can be really tender and tasty, but it can also be just as terrible and chewy and horrible, you know.
But I like shrimp. You know.
Yeah,
you mentioned
well, shrimp's that way too. You know, you overcook shrimp, it becomes rubber.
Yeah.
You know, you got to. There's a little window in there when shrimp is phenomenal, and then it starts to go rubbery. It's still, to me, it's still good. I can eat a shrimp you boil for 3 days probably, but I love shrimp. But there is, you know, if you're doing it properly, it's like a steak. Do you like steak rare, medium rare, you know, well done, whatever? My buddy Raymond likes his steak pretty well done, and so if we're eating together sometime and eating a steak, and the server comes up and says, "How would you like your steak, sir?" Looking at Raymond, I just yell out, "Ruined! Burn it, ruin it." That's what he wants. He wants his steak ruined. He likes it just cooked too much to me.
Yeah.
What do you like steak at?
I normally order it medium or medium rare.
Me
What about
too,
you, Mike?
medium. I used to be medium rare, but I
Ease back up
I
toward medium.
put it back to medium.
I've gone the other way. I like mine pretty much raw. I mean, you sear it, but
Order it blue.
I want it mooing. Still, I want it quivering when you. I like a
can't.
rare steak if it's a good cut.
Yeah.
I've gone
Do you
the other
dip
way.
it
I
in
started
anything?
out at medium, went to medium rare, and now it's rare. I like it Pittsburgh style though. I like it seared really good on either, you know, really got a nice crisp sear, but I want it cool and bloody in the middle.
Oh, no.
You like prime
I
rib?
cannot.
You know, 'cause
love
prime
prime
rib rare is hard to beat.
Hard to beat.
I mean, when it just sits there in the au jus,
up,
I
Mike?
guess they
Yeah.
call it, and
Look who's
simmers.
here. Mr. Coca-Cola has
know.
come
I
in
know
the
it. I
studio.
know it. I know it.
I've never seen him not in a red shirt.
I know.
I've never seen him in anything but Coca-Cola red
He's a
ever.
I know.
company
For
man.
years.
Definitely not in blue.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you know what I say under my breath? Roll Tide.
Oh, yeah.
Roll Tide.
Well, we're going to go to break, see what Mr. Mike
Roll
has
Tide.
for us, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. But before we go, we want to say thank you to Chilton Mobile Home Supply and also to Put Her Up. Thank y'all for sponsoring our show. It's 7:38. Y'all hang tight because we've got a guest coming before too long. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill, Mike, and Taylor.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical.
You sticking around the whole time today?
Yes.
All right. We're back here on Piper Beach Radio, the Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill, Taylor, and Mike, and we are joined now by our guest Mike Baker from Coca-Cola Company. How are you doing today, Mike?
Doing good. How are y'all?
See, I told you he'd be in red.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Good.
What time's tea time today? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to mention
it's
that.
it's Sunbelt Conference baseball time
Oh, it
in Montgomery.
is.
So
All right.
I got to run by the Y and do some business, and then head back to Montgomery and start setting up the.
You burn the road up, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, that's great. We appreciate it too.
Yeah, look what we got. Tell us about what you brought in for us to see, because these are beautiful.
Yeah, these are our America 250 bottles that you'll see on the 8-ounce glass, 20-ounce, and the 16.9.
Oh, really? So they're all three
bottles. So, this logo will be on all of those.
I wish we could show these up close. They are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
It's got Coca-Cola, but it's got all these ways to do the American flag. It's very patriotic, in which it should be 250 years of America, or as the British say, just the other day.
Yeah.
That, to them, 250 years is yesterday. But these are beautiful, Mike. Are they in stores yet?
They should be already in
They're
stores.
coming in now.
And the 7.5 mini cans has the states on them. So,
Does it really?
Okay.
of course, the Alabama can has a football helmet on it. So
I love it.
And they'll put whatever. Georgia took the peach, so.
Do the mini cans do well?
They do.
My
really
wife
well.
loves. My wife is one of those people. I get mad at her because when she opens a regular anything bigger than a mini can, she's going to take 3 sips out of it, and it's going to go bad because she, once you open, especially a can, you can't re-close it really or keep the. It's going to go flat. Yeah. So she wastes, which I'm sure y'all love, she wastes lots of Coca-Cola and it just kind of burns me up. I figure if you're going to open a can, so I started buying the mini cans, and she'll just about drink half or all of that one. And that thrills me because it feels like I'm not just wasting something, a good product, just throwing it out.
We've started putting them this year in their sets in the convenience store, so you can get a single without having to buy a whole 6-pack.
Is that right? I buy the cake, the little, what are the little boxes that are what do you call that, a half case or a case?
Yeah, half
12
case.
pack?
But they come in a 10-pack, the mini
10-pack,
cans.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
love those. I buy those and put it in the fridge. And I feel like I've done so much better now with the mini cans. I love them for her. Now mine, you could have a 50-gallon drum.
Right.
And I'm going to just put a straw in that. It ain't going to go bad.
I mean, just put a fountain in your man room or something.
I'd love to have a fountain. Oh, my God. Yeah, that and an ice. I want a nugget ice machine.
Oh yeah.
I don't want a chunky ice. I want that crunchy nugget
good
ice.
ice.
The good ice.
The good stuff. Exactly.
That's what we have at the
I've got a
sales
crunchy,
center.
I've got in my refrigerator, I've got the ice maker in the door, and it makes the cubes or the crushed. But I'm telling you, it ain't much crushed. It is big. It's like knocking one cube into like 3 pieces.
Mine gets confused. I mean, you can have it on cubed, but it may come out crushed.
You know what? I had one go crazy on me one time, and I could be sitting in the den, and I'd hear the ice machine go off, and I'd go walking in the kitchen, and it's ice in the floor, and the thing's like just on its own, it just starts spitting ice out. It was a Samsung. It made me so mad. I had them out. The guy, I had to pay somebody to come out and check it, and they could never fix it. It never fixed it. It was just had a mind of its own. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
Ice in the floor. Now, if that had happened years ago, I had a dog that loved ice cubes. That would have been good because he could have cleaned it up. It's not me. I had to go in there and clean up ice on the floor.
I just kick it back up under the refrigerator.
If it's just a couple, I kick them up under
What's
there.
that gonna hurt? Nobody's gonna look at it for months.
It's just like I don't know if women are like this, but with like a bag of bread, a loaf of bread. Do you ever put that little clip back on the bread? I twist it and put it under it and lay it down. That's the only way to do it.
It works the same way.
Once that twisty comes off or that little plastic clip, it's going in the garbage because I'm just going to twist, put it under it, and lay the bread on top of the twist.
Well, that reminds me of a question I wanted to ask about spouses in general. Now, not specifically my spouse, okay? Just in general, Taylor. Just want to clarify that. Do you have any issues with the tops of things maybe not quite getting sealed? Like something like salad dressing, and then you have to shake it up, before you use it, and the top goes flying? I mean, I don't know if that's ever happened to you.
I put salad dressing and ketchup and stuff all over my kitchen.
There you go.
Go to shake it, and the top flies off, and you're just
I know.
celebrating with whatever that dressing is.
And not again.
Look like a NASCAR winner.
Not necessarily at my house, okay? It's not necessarily that way there.
Mine either.
But
Disclaimer.
I have heard people say things like, "Well, we've been married a long time, so you should know that I don't always put the top on right." Like steak sauce, you got to shake that stuff up right before you use it sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And you just, whoosh, and
Well,
like
listen,
you said, Bill, it's like
I
everywhere.
don't believe the cap should ever go back on Worcestershire sauce. Just take it and throw it away.
I mean, even if you do
because it
put it
doesn't go
on.
bad.
Well,
That's
even
right.
if you do put it on, it's going to leak.
Yeah. Oh
So you
yeah.
might as well just leave it off.
Yeah. That's like honey. You can't ever seal up honey.
No.
Once you open a jar of honey, there's going to be honey all over that jar and on the table and everywhere else. You can't. I've even taken it and tried to tighten it and put it under the water, and clean it. And the next time you go get it, there's honey. I don't know. I think at night it sneaks out and goes somewhere and comes back.
Honey's the
think so,
worst.
too.
Of course, you
Honey's
have
terrible.
buy scripts to get the top back off if you hadn't
You're
used
right,
it.
because then it's welded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of that, with the, with the
Food topic
Coca-Cola,
this morning.
these things, sometimes I can't get my finger under that tab to get it started. And my wife gets so mad because I start looking around the kitchen for a knife or anything I can wedge under it just to get it started, because I don't have good fingernails.
Spoon works good.
And my wife, now she's got claws. She could just open the side of it. She's got like...
Exactly.
And another thing is, these are not twist off,
No,
right?
those are
These
not
are
twist-
really sealed.
those are
I
sealed.
love that.
Yeah.
For 2 reasons. One, it keeps the carbonation in a bottle so much better when it's not a twist off, and it can be so wonderful. But I also love opening with a bottle opener. It reminds me, my youth, that's all you had.
That's right. The old days.
And the old days,
Exactly.
you had to have a church key or some kind. And I got good. You know how guys are. Guys want to come big. I got good at using my knife or a P51 or taking it, putting it on the edge of something, popping it, and taking another one and doing them this way. When you're boys, I don't know if girls do this, but little boys will come up with the most bizarre ways to try to open an old style Coke bottle.
I think that's just entertainment in general for boys.
Well, I mean, it was kind of, I thought it was so cool that a guy would probably had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, leather jacket, and just take a Coke and just go pop like that on an edge. I thought that was so cool.
Well, those days was returnable bottles.
That's right.
Yep.
And, that's the only way I could afford getting another Coke. I'd go steal all my mother's bottles that she was trying to take in when she went and get, you got like, I swear to God, I think you got 4 cents a bottle or something.
That's
3
pretty
cents.
good.
Wow. That's back when a Coke
Almost
was
a nickel.
10 cents or 12, 15 cents. Yeah. You just take in 3 bottles, you had free Coke.
Exactly.
I know Mike will remember around here anyway, going to Snow's or later on it was Glen Save-A-Stop.
Well, on Lay Down we had Food Pack.
Okay,
Yeah, same thing.
These were the local little stores.
Had the little dry boxes there to where that's all you have was glass bottles.
Right.
Had the little opener on the.
I remember the big, the wonderful wooden crates that held the bottles.
Yep.
They were substantial. They were wooden crates. They were wonderful. Had the Coke logo painted on them and stuff.
Yeah, they had to be to
Loved
keep the
it.
glass from breaking, slamming it around.
Now I'm going to show my age. I don't know if you'll even remember this. Cork under the cap.
Yep.
When you
they
popped
did.
the cap off, there was actually a piece of cork
I do remember
on
that.
every cap. And when I was in Boy Scouts, this is in the 60s, we had to collect all those caps because you could get those little pieces of cork out and use them for stuff. Yeah. Like you would, if you were going to nail something and you wanted to seal around the whole good, like a gasket, you did that cork from a Coke bottle.
I've forgotten that.
Yeah, you could do all kind of stuff. It was, you came up with all kind of weird things to use that cork for.
Well, I was describing on a previous show, Mike, about the Coke machine at my granddaddy's plant right down the street here, and it was the one that the door and they were in the racks, and they were like you had to pull them through some sort of.
I love those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was one of you.
You know what? What did you love the most about it? Was it the sound?
Oh yeah, just
remember that
rack.
sound of the glass bottle coming through that metal thing when it up,
and then the next one dropping down.
Next one dropping in.
Oh yeah,
great sound.
I'll be back for you in an hour, is what I'd say.
Yeah.
But it was so cold coming out of that.
Oh, they were cold.
The Freon
almost frozen.
Yeah, I mean, we have people that if we take our equipment back, and if it can be refurbished, we'll refurbish it. But I mean, some things can't. And
yeah,
you got one of those old machines out there that. I mean, if it's still running, I don't care what it looks like. You better hold on to it.
Well, and I've seen a lot of them on Marketplace and eBay now. People are getting good money for. If you've got one that still works, they're putting some pretty good price tags on them on eBay. But they are neat. Some of those really old ones were just. I think it was the whole tactile feel, sound, and look of them that made everything better. Yeah, it just. Now you just open a big refrigerator door and pull one out. It's not as satisfying.
Which we have the glass front vendors now that you see at Walmart in the lobby out there. But,
that's true. They still have the machines,
but it's not like the ones Mike's talking about.
How hard is it, Mike, as a distributor for Coca-Cola, now that y'all are creating? It used to be you had Coke, Tab, Sprite, and maybe one other one. Now you've got 12 different flavors of Coke. You got 100. I mean, that's got to be hard as a retailer to keep everybody happy and keep everything, have storage and deliveries and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, even when I started, we had like 5 flavors. I mean,
right.
We got water out of a faucet.
Right, out of a hose.
And I tell some of the new guys to this day, I was like, look, I'll own up to it. When we had a sales meeting, and they said we were going to start bottling water. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
I know.
That will never sell. I'm from Chilton County. We get ours out of a faucet. Or a well.
And the water's good.
And now you got 16 feet in a
Of
grocery
water.
store of nothing but water.
Water.
Yeah.
2 doors in a convenience store of nothing but water.
My dad, before he passed, said he said, I've never in my life thought I'd see in my day where you'd have to go buy water and it was more expensive than gasoline. And it was. If you look at the cost of a bottle of water compared to a gallon, you get a gallon of bottled water, it's more than a gallon of gas. I mean, and it's just the way life has gone. But I would have never, I was already well out of college when I saw my first bottled water. I mean, I was in my 30s maybe. That just didn't exist back then. Like you said, you get a hose or a bubbler or a fountain, Water fountains, just like payphones, were everywhere. Now find a payphone or find a water fountain. They don't really exist much anymore. But I know it's got to be hard because the water business, the seltzer business, the flavored expansions of flavors of all kinds of your brands. I mean, it's amazing. But it's also, if I was in the business, it would be almost dizzying.
Yeah. So even when new hires, when they go through orientation, there's a part in the orientation of going over what product is
that right?
ours.
You have to learn them.
So,
Used to be, like I said, you had
you-
4 or
you
5.
knew, it's Coke.
It's
Diet
funny
Coke,
because
Sprite,
does Tab
so-
still exist?
No. we've-
My mother loved Tab.
Yeah. I mean, I've had several ladies over the last few weeks
Ask
ask
about it.
for it. I was
Tab.
like,
Do you know what Tab was?
No.
I didn't think so. You're too young. Tab was the first. I think it was
Really?
1 calorie. It was the
Yeah.
first diet soda,
Yeah.
and it was Tab, and I think it was 1 calorie. Because they didn't have the sugar substitutes they have now,
have
but it
to
was
Google
1
it.
calorie.
Yeah, Google it. That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, it had the little dimples on the bottles.
It did.
On the glass
That's right.
bottles.
that's right.
It sure
Yeah.
did. I'd forgotten that.
Yeah.
My mom, she was a big Tab fan.
Yeah, my mom too.
Yeah.
There were, and then Fresca.
Yeah. Oh no, we still have it.
You still have Fresca, which
That's
I
a Coca-Cola
love.
product. I was going
It
to
is.
say it,
Have
but
you
then
read
I
Fresca?
thought if it's not Coca-Cola product, I don't want to mention it.
Yeah.
But
It is.
yeah, I
Fresca
just saw a
is-
lady drinking
Have
one.
you read Fresca?
I think so. It's
It tastes like
That's
grapefruit.
good.
Grapefruit.
Yeah.
It's grapefruit flavored. It's refreshing as it can be. And for years they stopped making it, I think, didn't
they
it?
did, yeah.
And then they brought it back, and I was so happy to get it back because that's one I'll drink from May to October. It's a summer drink for me. It's so refreshing and sparkly.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go. I'm gonna have to buy me a Fresco on the way home.
Hey, get you some fried okra.
Yeah. Oh, I will do that. That's all we've talked about this morning is eating.
Baden's flashed up the 2-minute warning over here, so I think that's a sign of wrap it up with the Coke guy.
I know. Well, you know what, though? I'm telling you, we do appreciate all you do for us here. You for being a
Absolutely.
sponsor and you supply us with some great stuff. But we thank you for that. And we,
Yes, sir.
to me, Coca-Cola is the quintessential Southern product. I mean, it's started in Atlanta, huge, and the joke is in the South, in Alabama, every drink is a Coke.
Yeah.
What kind of Coke you want? You may name something else, but you what
right.
kind of, and the white server will say, what kind of, I'll have a Coke. What kind of Coke you want?
Number 1 Coke.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
want
real thing,
Mr.
man.
Pibb. But anyway, thank you for everything you do for us,
Yes,
and
sir. Thank
we
y'all.
love the patriotic 250th American bottle and packaging. That is collectible. That's a collectible. You think about it, you get a like I did with my Bear Bryant. When Bear Bryant was still, they did a Bear Bryant series of Coke, and I've still got them somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get you one of those and put it with your Bear Bryant ones.
Yeah, those you ought to see what those go for now on eBay and places. They're
I love to
collectible.
get the
That's
old Bear
wild.
Bryant bottles, and smash them real good. And,
that
kind of makes a
War
different
Eagle.
mosaic.
You're just mad. You're just mad because they didn't do a Shug Jordan bottle.
That would be Jordan. Jordan.
That's right. Just because it's Jordan Hare Stadium.
Exactly. Don't
Yeah.
forget it.
Shug Jordan. Thank you, sir.
I've never heard that.
It's funny
You know
how you
what?
can.
Heard
It's
that.
funny how you can
What?
say
But
that.
it was
and
pronounced different.
It is. It's Jordan.
It's Jordan.
Huh.
Jordan.
It's
Oh,
spelled
it's amazing.
Jordam, but it's pronounced Jordan. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy on the Auburn's hosting the Argentina and Iceland
Yep, the
soccer
World
game
Cup.
on
World
June
Cup.
the 9th before the actual
The World Cup.
World Cup
Yeah.
starts.
The World Cup.
Right.
Yep.
So, and bless his heart, he's a young kid. You could tell by the sound of his voice. He even says Jordan hair. That's why it's Jordan hair. But,
Yeah, right.
you know,
Well,
for us
I
old
can't
folks.
handle it when our own players say, "Glad to be here at Jordan Hare Stadium." I'm like, "Well, you sure are. You will be next week."
The players will say that from
Well, it
Auburn?
happens.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they just mispronounce it. They get in front of a microphone.
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
true.
"Oh," you know.
That's like up in Northwest Alabama, there's a county that's spelled Colbert. Colbert. Everyone would call that Colbert. Colbert. It's Colbert.
Colbert. Yeah.
Colbert County. I went to work at a radio station, and my first morning on the air, I got
Corrected.
schooled.
You got corrected.
I got schooled strong. When I said, well, in Lauderdale County, it's da-da-da, and in Colbert County, lights lit up. I thought, I'm popular this morning. First morning, and they're already calling. And I got a cussing for 2 hours. I got a cussing.
Oh, there's lots of places like that, though. You know, if you
Well,
go
only in
somewhere like that,
Alabama
you just
is
gotta.
everywhere in the world. The name is Lafayette. You know, there was General Lafayette. We have Lafayette.
Lafayette.
You know,
Wow.
we have where's Golden Eagle Yellow Label syrup from? Fayette. You know,
Fayette.
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 Yeah. And well, I know a lot of people down here call this town Clanton. Clannon.
Oh yeah, it's not
Clanton.
Clanton.
Not Clanton.
Yeah, you'd
Clanton.
be
We all pronounce things a little differently.
sought out.
Well, thank you so much, Mike,
Yeah.
for coming in. We love
Thank
to see you
y'all.
drop in.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to break real quick. When we come back, we're gonna have another guest. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna go probably break
One's
into these
supposed to
codes.
be here.
Hey, that's all right. So y'all hang tight. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem. We'll be right back.
Conditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
Need care fast? Come see us at Chilton Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
We're jamming here on the Morning Mayhem of Piper Beach Radio. And we're back. It's 8:09. Bill, it's the last hour. We're doing our third hour, again. It's our second week, doing 3 hours. We're going to, actually, I think it's next week, we're going to cut back from
back
6
to 2 hours.
Back to,
but it's going to be an hour earlier than we used to do tonight. It'll be 6 to
8 now instead of 7 to 9. That's right. Yeah. So we've been working on that for a while and getting that squared away. But we're about to. And we are joined two ladies from American Legion. Is that right here in Clanton? Is that right? Okay. Debbie Ratliff and Rhonda. Is it Joyner. I wanted to say ESCO. As soon as you told me it was ESCO, that's all I could think of.
Joyner.
There you go. But we're glad to have you ladies here with us today.
Appreciate that.
So you guys are here. Recently, it was declared National Poppy Day, and that's coming up.
Yes.
So tell us about that and what you guys are doing to
I tell you, it's
make
a great
that happen
cause.
here locally.
It's really doing something nice.
National Poppy Day was declared a national event.
Look closer to that.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. You're fine. We'll get you.
Got to eat the mic.
Eat the mic, okay?
Just talk right directly into it.
American Legion Auxiliary propositioned the Congress to declare National Poppy Day in honor of the World War II veterans and any veteran had fallen warrior since that time. And the poppy is the flower that was recognized as, because of Flanders Field was filled with poppies at the time that the World War II was going on. So they declared National Poppy Day, and we went with the mayor last week, and he proclaimed Friday, May 22nd, to be Clanton's National Poppy Day.
Oh, that's
I saw
awesome.
that.
Everybody's probably in school was at least, if they didn't learn it, they at least heard the poem In Flanders Field, right? And it was written in World War I by a Canadian physician who had just presided over a funeral of a dead soldier. So, as you said, the fields of I forgot what the battle name was, but it was full of poppies. So he wrote the poem that talks about in the poppy fields, and so it became symbolic of fallen warriors.
Yes.
And I think it's so neat that happened in 1915, I think, when he wrote the poem. And now here we are in 2026, and you're still trying to do something wonderful, which is commemorate and honor fallen warriors. And, we don't have many World War II warriors left anyway. I mean, we've outlived most of them. But we still have plenty of Korean and Vietnam. We still have all the Middle East stuff. All of our, not many wars since then, but conflicts and police actions. And so this is a really nice thing to do because, once someone's gone and they put, and they've got a headstone, it's easy to forget the price that these boys and men and women now paid for our freedoms.
Yes.
So this is a wonderful thing you're doing now. What are you going to actually do for this May 22nd Poppy Day?
We have 2 locations that we're going to distribute artificial poppy flowers. I have on one of the pins that we're going to give out.
Oh, neat.
And then we have stickers for the children and coloring books for the children and a flower itself that commemorates any veteran that comes by is welcome to have a poppy. We're asking for donations for people that are not veterans that would like to honor the warriors with a poppy for the weekend.
Yeah, I love that because I'm not a veteran. I was in the Army or enlisted for the Marine Corps, but I never served because Vietnam ended and they didn't want anybody. But I was timed it perfectly if I didn't want to be in war, But I'm so impressed by those men and women who do serve and have paid for our freedom. So this is a great thing all of us can do that we're never in the service, that we can help commemorate that. Now, you're with the American Legion.
Auxiliary.
Auxiliary, right, with the ladies. So what do you have a post here in Clanton?
We do.
And tell me what y'all do. What does the American Legion and the auxiliary with the American Legion actually do? Because I think a lot of people have heard of the American Legion. They may not know exactly what y'all stand for, what you do, what you are.
We support any and all veterans in the county, around the state, nation, but we mainly focus on Chilton County veterans. There is a home that a lot of people do not know. There's a veterans home in Clanton.
I didn't know that.
It's called Cedar Ridge. Mm-hmm. They have 17 residents at the time, and we go there periodically and do events for them, take them books and magazines, and we will be going there Thursday to give each one of them a poppy.
Debbie, is that the one in Collins Chapel Community?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
That is wonderful. So you do this, you're doing things all the time to help the veterans. So is this Poppy Day, this is new, right? This is the first time this has been done in Clanton?
I was told, I ran into a veteran Tuesday of last week and was passing out the brochures to different community merchants. and asking them if we could display our poppy sign so
Right.
they know to send the veterans our way. And the veterans said, when I was a kid, I went with my dad to some place that they gave out poppies. He said, I always remember getting poppies. It was that red flower that, we did it for years.
Yeah.
He said, and then it fell off. I don't know why. I said, well, we're bringing it back. So this
That's
is
good.
our first attempt to do this.
I swear, I do think I remember. I'm 73, and I think I remember when I was in elementary school. I remember, of course, we had to hear the poem in Flanders Field, and I remember something about the poppies and the veterans. And of course, this was after World War II and Korea, but before Vietnam. And I think a lot of this stuff, sadly, when Vietnam was such an unpopular war, and you know how they treated our poor veterans that came back from that, many of the civilians called them names and spit at them, and just horrible stuff to treat young men and women who served our country. I think that's when a lot of this stuff kind of went low key or disappeared altogether for a while because it was so unpopular. Now, thank God, things like this, we honor our veterans a lot better now. I think it's coming back. And I appreciate y'all doing this because this is, for us that are not veterans and whatever, this is a great reminder.
Right.
So you're going to do 2 different locations on the
Friday.
And what day is it? Is it
22nd. Friday the 22nd.
Friday? I didn't remember what day of the week it is. So this Friday you got 2 locations. What are you going to be doing? And besides the stuff?
What locations?
We'll be at Tractor Supply in the morning from 9 until 11.
9 to 11 Friday morning.
Maybe it's 12.
Well, it's 12. 9 to 12.
9 to 12. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
we will be at Durbin Farms, just off the interstate at 205 exit from 11 to 2. We decided to try to catch the veterans that live in Chilton County because they're going to be at Tractor Supply possibly on a Friday getting supplies.
Right.
And then also honor those veterans traveling to the beach because it is Memorial Day weekend.
And then you
right.
overlap for an hour there, which is nice
Right.
too.
We have two
Lunchtime,
locations.
yeah. So that's great.
So we'll have 2 tents set up to distribute poppies to anybody that comes by the booth that would care to have a poppy to help commemorate fallen warriors.
So basically, we got 2 groups we want to all show up that day: veterans and everyone else.
Yes.
Right? I mean, we want everyone there to thank the veterans and be a part of this.
Correct.
But we really want our veterans there as well, so we can thank them for their service and all they've done for us.
And that's the one of the main reasons to do this is to know so many people, even veterans I've talked to, didn't even know about Poppy Day.
Right.
It's like, okay, I didn't know a whole lot about it till we got into this. We're a year old. Our organization, the auxiliary, came into existence a year ago. The post has been here since 2018.
Really?
And we had an auxiliary earlier, but it kind of broke out and went away, and members died, and so the spouses did. If their spouse was a veteran, they didn't want to continue on, so the auxiliary kind of disbanded. But last year, a couple of us got together and decided, all right, let's go support the veterans and our husbands in the county. And so we started up the auxiliary.
Yes.
And Rhonda's husband's a veteran. My husband's a veteran.
I was just wondering: do you have to be a veteran to be part of the
In the
American?
American
Okay,
Legion, yes,
okay,
you do.
Yes.
all right.
You have to be a
used-
member.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to join the American Legion. It used to be
And
a
the
wartime.
auxiliary as well.
I'm not a veteran, but my husband
Right,
is.
but I
So
mean,
the
to
spouse of a veteran can
All
be
right,
in the
gotcha.
auxiliary.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
But
And that can work both ways. If you've got a female that was served, then her husband can be a member.
Yes.
True.
Correct.
Right. So
we have
that works.
several- We have
Now that you
several
know,
of those around the state.
in my early days, there weren't that many women that served in there were, a lot of them were nurses in the typical what we used to call the female roles in military. Now they do every job that anybody can do in the service. There's a lot of women now they said that's one of the fastest growing things in recruitment is the women.
Mm-hmm.
So if you served, be a part of this organization. It's a great one. And when are they not going to learn that if you got, especially, of course, veterans are still very heavy male oriented, very heavy men. When are they not going to learn that if you don't get the women involved, it turns into a bunch of bears sitting around a nasty place telling lies. You gotta have the women in there to help civilize things again. But it's great. The auxiliaries are so powerful, and y'all do a great job to help support everything and are part of it. So thank you for what you're doing. I hope we get a big old crowd in Clanton on Friday to come see you guys and thank our veterans and get the poppies and all the goodies and bring the kids. Yeah. It's a good way to teach them patriotism and serving and honoring those who bought them their freedoms.
And the coloring book has Flanders Field and poppies. And
is that what the coloring book is?
It's a different
appropriate
set.
for that.
It shows a warrior in his helmet and his rifle and the poppy field, and it's like an 8-page coloring book for kids. So
that's excellent.
Teaching tool.
And that way you better have a lot of red crayons to make them poppies bright red, because that's beautiful. Well, thank you, ladies, for being with us. We hope you have a great night. And there are signs and things in a lot of places all over town to remind us, but it is this Friday, and you got the 2 locations, morning and then mid to noon, and then 11 to what the afternoon about? 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Both the Tractor Supply early and Durbin Farms midday till 2. Yes. Hope you have a great thing, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in. Appreciate your service.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's 8:21, 21 after 8, right here, Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem.
By many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job. From campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Okay, it's kind of real quiet. Are we back on? All right, we're back here on Piper Peach Radio, Morning Mayhem. We've got Dollar Bill Taylor and me. We're glad to be here with you guys. Hey, that was really great, though. Those ladies from the American Legion Auxiliary going out there.
Doing something wonderful.
Yeah, just making it front and center again, because I knew that I had read that the Veterans Because Bill of the passage of time, and that there's just not as many veterans as there were. With World War II.
Yeah,
I mean, hundreds of thousands fought, or maybe even millions fought from America, and then same for Vietnam. It was a 15-year thing.
Today's kind of this year's was kind of a milestone in a sense, because pretty much if you were a World War II veteran, you've got to be 100 years old or older. I mean, there may be a few 98, 99-year-olds that got in really early, like when some of them went in at 16 and faked their age, to go in early.
Right about it.
But the average youngest veteran of World War II was born in 1926. That's the youngest generalized guy this is 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So, oh boy, it's and then of course we had so many conflicts and a couple of wars. They always claimed that Korea was not a war; it was a police action.
I like the way you remembered that term.
Yeah,
police I had forgotten that.
And then Vietnam was not a war; it was a conflict. And then we've had all the stuff in the Middle East, the Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and
then Afghanistan came after that,
and Noriega's down in Nicaragua, in those areas. So, I mean, we've had a lot of men and women killed protecting our freedoms, and whether it was considered a war or not, as what buddy of mine said, if somebody's shooting at you, it's a war.
Yeah.
I don't care what you call it. If you're in a conflict and you're fighting for your life and they're trying to kill you, it's a war.
Clanton's local post is called the Douglas Glass Post, and Mr. Glass was a next door neighbor of ours when I was growing up. He had he and his wife Joyce. They had 2 daughters, Donna and Danita. Donna still lives here in Clanton. In fact, that was a neighbor of Debbie Ratliff.
Yeah, she said that's her next door neighbor.
That's right. And I just remember Mr. Glass was a really great fella. He was I think postman is the guy that's in charge of the post office. He wasn't the postman, but he was a postal employee. I don't know if he even worked in Clanton or what he did.
He started out as one and moved up.
I was just a little kid, back then. But I remember Mr. Glass one time. All of our houses were not too far from the creek that comes through Clanton, and frankly, I don't know which one that is. But we caught a giant snapping turtle right behind his house. They had at their place. I don't know if he did it or if it's just the way it worked out, but they had almost like a little beach down there, about a 25-foot beach that we could all go play and hang out, and not even get all muddy because it was sandy.
I love the sandy beaches.
Yeah, exactly. But this thing, he was showing us what the jaws were like, and so he had my daddy hold this big stick, and he put that thing up to that stick, and it latched hold of that thing, and then he just let go of it.
It was hanging from it.
With his jaws, boy. I was like, don't mess with these things.
Scare me.
I mean, it was just right there, right where we played, and it was massive. Wow. It was a giant turtle, but we didn't hurt it or anything. We just showed it to everybody and turned it loose. Nobody had any turtle soup or anything. But Mr. Glass, I didn't even realize, frankly, that he was a veteran. A lot of times.
Was he a World War II veteran? I guess.
I think he was Korean.
Oh,
Korea
really?
War. Yeah, he was. He was. He was probably just a tad younger than my dad. Dad's born in 1935, so.
Oh yeah, so he'd have been.
Yeah, he would have been right on that. Just a little too young, probably for World War II, unless, he too fibbed on his.
Even then, though, 35.
Yeah.
He'd only been.
Oh no,
like
I'm
12
sorry.
or
I'm thinking 50, but he would have been. I think he was in the.
Korean War.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I understood.
And that's another one, kind of like Vietnam. Although they weren't despised when they came back, they were forgotten. They were just ignored. Mm-hmm. And so they didn't, everybody came back from World War II, heroes, and just the nation's so thankful for getting us through that war. And then Korea, they just had to go fight the Chinese and the Koreans, and it was horrible, and so many died, and they just came back to nothing. They just came back and quietly went back to work. And
it is basically still the same shape today that it was when that conflict ended.
Really?
They got the demilitarization zone.
Well, that's
the DMZ.
true. Yeah, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Nobody's.
And North Korea is horrible.
Yeah, they really are. But
scary.
But Mr. Glass, he was like I said, a fine fella. I liked him a lot. I loved his children a lot. We all played together and everything and hanging out. But his mom, of course, was always just one of those ladies that you run into 10 years later, and it's just like you just pick up right where you were.
Yeah.
So great family, and it's a great honor for him for that to be named in his, for him.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they did it, and I'm glad they're doing what they're doing. That, there's a lot of these organizations, you just kind of forget about them, but they're grinding out every day, helping. Like she was talking about, they go help the guys that are in the home and that may have nobody else around. Some of these old veterans, they get down, if they live long enough, they end up outliving just about everybody. If they didn't have children or surviving children, they're really alone in the world. And a lot of them are anyway. So it's so nice that they got a support group like American Legion and Veterans of Foreign Wars and some of these other groups.
Absolutely.
Because let's face it, the VA, although we've got the best VA in the nation in Birmingham, it's probably the best one in the nation. We're very lucky. Of course, UAB doesn't hurt that they're associated right there with them, but the VA does some great things, but they don't reach out and help them like these other groups do as far as, you go to them with medical problems, they'll do a good job maybe taking care of that. But they don't look out for your welfare. They don't go looking for you. You've got to go to them.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have groups like the American Legion and the auxiliary looking out after these guys and gals need us.
Absolutely. It sure is. Anyway, I just thought it was worth mentioning. I want to talk about my former neighbor. See, I didn't realize, what he had. I didn't realize all about all of his sacrifices.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny how you just don't know a lot of times, unless it comes up, or you just know. But I didn't
Right.
until they named that after him. Then I realized, that he was more than just my postman.
Yeah. That's neat that he didn't, I don't want to say burden you with it, but just being a kid,
Well,
that he was just your neighbor. And
in those days, it just wasn't, Bill, it's just not, the veterans didn't talk about it.
No, they didn't.
Just,
My
they
dad
just went
and
about
all
it
of
quietly and did their thing and
my dad was a Marine in World War
let
II.
that speak,
He lost 2 brothers. My mother lost a brother. They just didn't talk about it. They just came back, figured that's something they had to do and should have done, and they just got back to living and just
Went back to work.
Yeah. And, we hear more now about it, but I think it's probably a good thing because, we didn't know what PTSD was and that sort of stuff. And I knew several men. My dad was lucky. He didn't seem to suffer from it that I know of.
Shell shock.
But yeah,
Remember that
PTSD.
term?
Yeah, they called it shell shock.
Yeah.
The 1,000-yard stare, they called it, and stuff. But now you got these guys that they at least acknowledge it, and maybe they can help them. But you see the high rate of suicide by veterans. It's shocking. I don't know if there's something different in the world now than there was in the 50s and 60s, but my dad had a lot of friends, several of them that committed suicide. Back then, they didn't attribute it to the war. They just thought they had some kind of mental disease or depression or something. But now they're showing that, well, a lot of the guys that committed suicide in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they were all veterans.
Yeah.
And so that now they're kind of putting the puzzle pieces back together.
I was thinking I heard a number of like 9 or 12 every day.
Yeah, it's
something
unbelievable.
maybe. Just
And some of
incredible.
these now are these young guys coming back from the Middle East or whatever. By the way, if you're watching or listening and you are struggling with an issue, call 988. They're 988 is the national hotline to call, and that 988 is amazing because they have counselors there that want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You're not bothering anybody. You're not doing something wrong. You call that 988 because they're there wanting you to call them if you're struggling.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about hurting yourself or you're dealing with some severe depression or other issues, call 988 anytime, 24/7. That's what it's there for. Use it.
Yeah.
It's something to be used.
It is.
Well, like you said, though, glad they're.
Well, that was a low note to stop on, isn't it?
Well,
I know.
But it is. But then again, it doesn't take away from the honoring that we provide, or that we should provide, that we do here in our communities, just to make sure that they realize they're not forgotten and that they are appreciated for the sacrifices that they made.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same for our police, and I mean, I feel about them in a very similar manner. Working as I did my last job, I got to work with a lot of sheriff's departments, and so I got to know a few sheriffs. Like this guy's running for public service, Matt Gentry, out of Coleman County, Superman, great guy. I'm telling you, they're really the consequential, proverbial servant's heart. That's what they have, and these guys, like you said, Bill, who would lie about their age so they could go fight.
Right.
We were a different society then, and we were more patriotic. There was fewer people who would, I guess you might say, protest or object to something. We were more trusting of our leaders, which I know that's not always founded. I mean, it really isn't.
A lot of it is.
Yeah. Well,
we've gotten into this crazy world now that is so divided. And, you never saw much protest about anything until Vietnam, as far as the military, and it wasn't a very unpopular war, but that's when you've really started to see mass demonstrations about lots of things. And then, of course, the civil rights movement had a big, that was necessary, but it was also, a lot of that changed the whole way we perceive our society. And I think there are a lot more people that are willing to get out and just protest pretty much anything. And some of it is legitimate, and I think some of it probably isn't that legitimate. But if they're impassioned enough to want to get out and protest, then they have the right to do it. That's what our Constitution guarantees.
Oh, yeah.
As long as they do it legally and they do it peacefully, do it without conflict. But nowadays, it just doesn't seem like anything in our society can be done without conflict, because nobody's tolerant of other people's thoughts or values. It can work both ways. And, I may not agree with something somebody said 100%. I may be 180 degrees the other direction. They got a right to believe it and see it. I may not agree with them, but
Absolutely,
I'm not going
to
shoot them or kill them or whatever just because I disagree with them. They have the right to voice. That's what we fight for. That's what these guys, men and women, live and die for. It's to keep the freedoms alive.
Give them the right,
whether you like it or
to
not.
Protest. Preserve their right to protest.
There is a right to protest.
I think, Bill,
but there's the right way to protest too.
I think television had a huge
darn right
played in it, because
gives
people
everybody
all of a
a
sudden getting
platform.
all this attention because we're out protesting the Vietnam War or whatever.
It did. It gave everybody
it just
a
wasn't
platform.
Something that happened a lot, like you said, like World War II, even Korea. It did begin to turn there, and part of that is our government's fault. Let's face it, because the Korean War, it's like very much like Vietnam was later, in my humble opinion, that we just didn't go in there full forces. If we had, we'd have won both of those conflicts.
Well, and I
I think
we overestimated
from finishing it.
We underestimated the enemy and overestimated our abilities, because it's just like this thing with the Strait of Hormuz. I don't understand how our government went into this war with Israel on Iran, and apparently never thought that they could shut down the Strait of Hormuz, which they should have known. It's just, they didn't even, and now we're over a barrel because we can't get it open, or Trump can't get it open and keep it open where everybody else, and it's still locked up. And I don't understand why we can't. I think we have the firepower to open the Strait of Hormuz, but we don't. And I guess it's because the ceasefires, and these ceasefires we got now in the Middle East, nobody stopped shooting and bombing it. They call it a ceasefire, but they keep shooting. I don't understand. Politics now has gotten so weird to me. I've become the ostrich. I've really kind of bury my head in the sand because I get so frustrated. And it looks like our government does, and I'm not saying the one that's just right now, I'm talking about for my whole lifetime, they do some really stupid things that you would think, with the power and the brains and the resources that we have, they wouldn't make such blunders like they did in Vietnam, like they did in, Korea, but Vietnam and Afghanistan, we end up thinking we're going to go in there and be there for 15 days, and we're there for 15 years. Or
20.
Yeah, I know. And I don't get it, because I'm just a lowly regular citizen. I'm not very smart when it comes to that stuff. I'm not. But some of that stuff doesn't make sense to me, of what they do and how they do it. Mm-hmm. I have a friend that was a Marine in Lebanon when we were over there for our police action in Lebanon. You remember the guy blew up the barracks and killed like 241 Marines? Do you know that this guy was a Marine on that base where that happened? He was there right after it happened, or maybe before. He wasn't there when it happened, but it was within a week or two. He either just left or he just came in after. They were out at the airport being shot at every day. They were out there guarding the airport, and they'd hear rounds coming in, mortars would come in. They weren't allowed to put their ammo in their rifles. They had to keep the ammunition, all their clips, in pouches not on them. Now, why? If they're a soldier guarding an airport and they're being shot at daily and mortared daily, why can't you carry bullets
Live
in your gun
weapon.
to defend yourself?
Right.
They weren't allowed to shoot back. Even when, I always heard in some of the cases when they have these scenarios, they say you can't shoot back until you're shot at, then you can return fire. They weren't even allowed. They were told, unless somebody's like right there at you. And that's one of the reasons that the barracks got blown up. The guys weren't fully prepared to. The guy drove in through barricades in a truck filled with, explosives and blew the barracks up. Huge explosion. They were trying to stop him, but they only had a couple of guys with M16s trying to stop this truck, and they couldn't stop it.
That's awful.
It's horrible. And I never have understood some of these rules of engagement. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's right.
These rules of engagement where they don't allow our guys to protect themselves, and then they do stupid stuff. And right now, some of this stuff that I don't understand in the Middle East, we're in this war. Supposedly, that's not a war because Congress hadn't declared war, but Trump's doing a police action, but it's a war, and we're doing this stuff, and we seem to go in, blunder in, and then have no way to get out of it. Yeah. It's like they went in thinking that thing would last a week. And I don't even, they thought there'd be an uprising when they killed the Ayatollahs and all the upper guard. No, it's still the same. That was a blunder. So I don't know. It's crazy when you worry about. Here we are coming into an election day tomorrow, and of course it's all mostly local stuff. But you wonder about the leadership when they just blunder through stuff like that, or you find out they're doing illegal stuff and benefiting from their place in office.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to be an American nowadays and have a good attitude about stuff. I'm a patriot. I love this country. I wouldn't live anywhere else. It's the greatest country in the world. But boy, do I stay frustrated with it sometimes.
You're not moving to Antarctica anytime soon?
I wouldn't live in Antarctica because the aliens have that alien base down there, and the UFOs might.
You think they'll snatch you up?
Might take me.
Take you with them?
Yeah. There's an amazing story going around now about Antarctica that actually has historic basis that's really spooky. They know that of all places, Antarctica was a place that Hitler was trying to take over. And in the late 30s, he started building a base in Antarctica. It's known base. It had some submarines and stuff down there, and they built it into Antarctica, and nobody can claim Antarctica. The world came to this thing that said Antarctica belongs to, it's just nobody can claim it as theirs. You can have bases and little areas, but you can't claim the continent. Hitler wanted it.
Yeah.
So apparently he built this big base down there. So right after World War II, they thought maybe some of the Nazis had escaped. Instead of going to Argentina, they might have gone to this base in Antarctica. So Admiral Byrd, you've heard of Bird's Eye frozen vegetables?
Yeah.
That's named after Admiral Byrd, who was the first guy to fly over the North Pole and the first guy to fly over the South Pole. He was a general or an admiral or what. He was highly ranked during World War II, completely just heroic figure, sharp as a tack. He took an entire battle group to Antarctica right after World War II, like in 47, to go to Antarctica and check out that base they had there and see if there were still any Nazis there. And he got down there, and they were supposed to stay there like a year and clean everything up and check everything out. They stayed like 3 weeks and came back. Just all this was like 30 ships and hundreds of thousands of men. They just came back after 2 weeks, and nothing was said about it. And in his diary, after Admiral Byrd died, his son found a diary, and there was this fantastic story about how he was flying. He was a pilot, a heroic pilot like Lindbergh. He was flying over Antarctica and found an area looked like a big hole in the ground, and he flew down low and went in it, and it was green grass and trees and and there were UFOs in there and aliens.
Oh my goodness!
And all this stuff, and they warned him that the world was going toward disaster. Remember, we had just fired the first atomic bombs about a year and a half before that. He basically, they warned him, said, get out, get away, to stop what you're doing, whatever. He just flew back out. Now, this is a man that would never make that up. And he apparently came back and told the federal government what he saw, and they thought he was crazy, of course. And then he just kind of retired and went his own way. But they did not ever go back to that part of Antarctica. And now they claim there is an alien base under there, that there's all kind of, and and the scary thing is there is a lot of bizarre corroborated. They've claimed that down there's this huge pyramid under the ice, and they've actually, before they blocked them from Google Earth, amateurs saw the pictures of this thing, and then suddenly now Google Earth doesn't have those pictures anymore. They've been doctored. But some people downloaded the picture before they changed it.
Yeah.
Another conspiracy.
Another wonder. I mean, it's amazing. It's so intriguing because it does have so much strong basis in some facts mixed with complete craziness.
Yeah.
But it is fascinating. I don't know that I buy any of it hardly. I do question the thing about Admiral Byrd, and of course there were other people with him. It wasn't just him alone. But if you ever want to dig into that and study it, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's fascinating. Now, I don't know if I buy it, but it's bizarre. It's great reading. But that's why I wouldn't go to Antarctica, because I don't want the aliens the Greys to take me away.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I would like to see
And I don't like cold.
I would like to see that green grass, though, that you were talking about.
Yeah.
There. That'd be interesting to see that.
There's a theory, too, about, as we know, the Earth has several times in its, maybe many times in its history of a planet, has completely shifted poles and rotated. They claim now that the North Pole is off so many degrees, that the core, we have that molten core in the Earth, and it's what creates our magnetic field, and it's liquid and it's moving all the time. And they say at some point in time, millions of years ago, maybe several hundreds of times, who knows, over the billion years, that the Earth just rotated. And that's why they said there was the original part of the Earth millennia ago was Pangea. You've heard of that?
Yeah.
The original, and now it doesn't exist.
Mass.
Yeah.
Land mass.
Yeah.
And you can see the map where it looks like Africa used to be a part of South America, and like the tectonic plates. Mm-hmm. Well, who's to say that Antarctica millions of years ago wasn't a lush tropical paradise and the equator?
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the Earth's a ball. It could move. It could be anything. So it's interesting. I love that stuff. I don't know that it's true. I'm not just a strange weirdo that just buys it, but I sure do find it fascinating.
Yeah, it's fun to look at. We're going to go to one last break, and then when we come back, we're going to wrap up what we talked about today and remind y'all some of the events coming into town. So y'all hang out. We'll be right back. You're tuned in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill, Taylor, and Mike.
is 8:55. We just got 5 more minutes before the show's over.
Yep.
Again,
It's kind of flown by.
it's gone good. Yeah, we've had some great people on too today.
Zip by.
Yeah.
Phone by.
We so now next week we go back to just 2 hours. Is that right?
That's
Starting
right.
Monday, but it's going to be
Well,
the earlier
Monday
schedule.
is Memorial Day. We'll start Tuesday.
You're not going to be on Monday?
We won't be on Monday.
Really? Do y'all get
Yeah.
off for Memorial Day?
Well,
Sweet.
yes, this year we do.
Wow. Well, they never let us off for Memorial Day.
I know.
Of course, they never let us for 4th of July or anything.
That's right. You had to be on.
We had been on. If it was a weekday, we were there.
There
That's
you go.
right.
You were on, weren't you?
Yeah.
But this week it'll still be 6 to 9, and then we'll take off Monday. Starting Tuesday, we'll be 6 to 8.
6 days, back to 2 hours.
Yep, back
Good
to
deal.
2 hours.
Well, that's neat. I like the earlier times.
I do too.
Yeah, I like getting that. I think a lot more people can watch and listen during that because they're not getting more engaged into going to work, school, or
Yeah.
whatever they got to do for the day.
I think so too. And then they'll be able to
Exactly.
wrap it up with us instead of missing out on that last hour. Because a lot of people have to go in at 8.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. And especially if they work out of town,
Yeah.
up in Birmingham or something.
That's right.
All right, so we've got this week. So let's see, today's the 18th. So what?
Yep.
There was what?
So tomorrow's
Tomorrow's election day.
Election day.
So everybody go vote and figure it out. I can't. I'll sit there and just look at the ballot for a while and figure out who I'm on. I know a few people, but I hadn't figured any of that stuff much out, and I don't know
Yeah.
some of them. I don't want. I vote. I don't know what to like with commissioners of agriculture or whatever.
Yep.
I'm not a farmer. I have no idea
I
what the
know.
right pick is
A little
there or what I want.
confusing.
So we'll just see.
You got a day to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, it's better to vote than to not vote.
Yeah, that's right.
Looks bad when we have these midterms and they have such a low turnout. It makes you look like nobody cares.
Yeah. And then Mike and Aaron Ellison are going to be covering that tomorrow on Popper Beach Radio Facebook.
Yep.
And I'll be the gopher. I'll be hanging out waiting to get the results.
Like if I want some coffee or something, I just ask you to get it for me.
No,
you said hanging
that's gonna
out.
be Baden's job.
Oh, okay.
I'll be hanging out. Is it at the new courthouse? No, I'll be voting there, will I? Wherever
No.
I need to be, that's where I'll be. I'll be staked out waiting
I
for
think we're
results.
going to be here. Is what I understood.
Yeah.
I'll go. That could change, but we'll be on the air at
Yeah.
at
Y'all
7.
will be on the air. Yeah.
Right at 7.
And then also tomorrow, is it Maplesville?
Maplesville.
Playing?
Yep. The Lady Red Devils.
Yep.
I'm not sure who they're playing, but they're in Oxford.
They're at Oxford at
Way out
Chapalaca.
there.
Way out
Way
there.
out there. That's
Yeah.
how long
That's
a
a
drive
nice
is that
park.
from here? An hour and a half?
Maybe
At
yeah,
least
that's what
hour
I was
and a
about to
half,
say.
yeah.
Probably about an hour and a half. But you gotta
2
2
hours.
hours. So
Is
you
it a
need to
full 2
leave.
hours to get out there? Wow. I know I've
That's in Big Juicy. It takes 2 hours.
they used to have a Lamar's donut shop in Oxford. Lamar's it was the only Lamar's donut shop east of the Rockies. And they made the best donuts I've ever had in my life. And one time my buddy Raymond and I were eating lunch in Birmingham and we wanted a Lamar's donut. So I actually have, it's not to my credit, I think it sounds ridiculous. We drove 150 miles for a donut because we drove all the way to Oxford, had a donut, and drove all the way back to Birmingham.
You
It was
only
like
live
60
once.
miles each way. So it's like 120 miles for a donut.
Yeah,
And
you're
it-
low.
you know what? It was worth it.
Oh.
I bet.
It was well worth it. And they went out of business. They were going to move. They got mad at Oxford, and it was started by a drug dealer.
Oh, my.
And I don't know how he got the franchise.
How'd you get into donuts?
Well, what he did is he started
That was
it to
his
launder his
front,
money.
his
He
front.
needed it for a front. So it was a legit business, but originally it was to launder money. And then they caught him and he went to jail. So the business was sitting there running, and he had 2 aunts, old maid aunts. They were never married, good, nice ladies, and they took it over
Yeah.
and ran it beautifully for years. And then one of them got sick and got a little older, and then they got into a conflict with Oxford over
gosh.
something, and they were going to move it over into Georgia. I think it was something about taxes, and they got mad at them, so they were going to move it to Georgia, just over the state line, and that never happened, and they just disappeared. But that Lamar, those were every time I went to Atlanta or toward Anniston, I'd have to go there and get just boxes of donuts and donut holes and stuff.
Yeah.
Because friends of mine, once I shared them with them, they would demand me bring them back. They'd give me money and say, bring me 2 dozen this. But it was kind of like Krispy Kreme for a lot of people that never had it before. They were just phenomenal.
Well, on a healthier note.
On a happier note, I may open me a Lamar's Donut Shop.
There you go.
Open one. But today, don't forget to go to the farmer's market.
That's right, downtown.
That's right.
Okay.
Downtown,
With
Corner
the peach
Park.
in the road.
Right where the peach is, across from the courthouse.
And it starts when?
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
So
Perfect.
get off work, go straight to the farmer's market.
Still plenty of daylight, but not so hot.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
So, and I'm sure we'll make a post on Facebook about that too, because a lot of people didn't know last week.
I didn't know.
They missed out
till
on
you told me. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about it. Just
Yeah.
gotta be listening at that moment, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Well, we've reminded everybody this afternoon.
We've been talking about a lot of food this morning.
We have.
So I think everybody here is a little bit
I've got to
hungry.
go. I'm going to the chiropractor as soon as we leave here. But I'll tell you where my next stop is. Somewhere where there's food. I'm so friggin' hungry.
I know. I am too. So thank y'all all for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. And it'll be me and Mike.
That's right.
That's right. So y'all have a wonderful day. Stay, I guess, cool because it's going to be warm today.
That's right. It's gonna be warm.
Enjoy the nice weather. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.